asked whether I was there when this cartel made the negotiation, the answer is yes, I was physically present in a deliberation. We were called as leaders of the private health sector to the headquarters of General Electric, the biggest company in the world, the leading medical company in the world. And we were told that Bill Gates offered them $2 billion to build 260 hospitals in Nigeria. So they want us to name our price so that we can be paid off, so we will leave the before the Senate, and Nigerians there will bear me witness, and many of them still remember. I told Ikwe Ekweremadu before the entire public hearing that he will be the first victim of this law he's standing for. Before everybody. Senator Kowa can also bear me witness because he was there. And I told him, it now seems like a prophecy come true. And this was exactly what happened. That the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria sold the entire organs of the Nigerian people, even when they knew that this was the situation. And that is very, very, very bad on us as a whole nation. This was a
One thing I've noticed
the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headmen of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, I mean, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
My people, una well done o. Obodo Naija don carry census burst out o. Oya bring your ear close make we yarn. Anywhere you dey, if na Biafran you be, whenever they wan count census for Nigeria, kukuma come back to Biafra land o. Make them count you in your own land, because during election they killed us in the north and Yoruba land, and na them still talk say we no get right to vote in their land. So time don come make we boost our population, and if you no fit return, selenge for your house. Make you no participate, because them go add una number for the region where una dey. Another one be say, if you dey north and your tribe no be Fulani, when you wan fill the form, identify your tribe. No go write Fulani, e dey very important. In this census, if Biafrans go come back like tomorrow no dey, them go know say we plenty for this obodo Naija wey we dey so. We go use this census exercise to ascertain our population and the size of amenities wey we need in Biafran territory. Remember every obstacle wey we get for this freedom, IPOB don dey dismantle am small small, and this population census go be another evidence to that effect. All hail Biafra. Biafra will hail you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi, Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 28th day of the 8th month, being August 2024. I hereby welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers. Even do not deny your enemies to listen unto this program. This is the voice of revolution. This is Radio Biafra in London in defense of freedom. This is where we preach common sense. This is where we all gather, where we worship, where it all started, where we debate to learn, where we learn, where we subject everything to the author of reason. And this is a revolutionary radio. Therefore, as you may know, we are on FM in some parts of Biafra land and still counting. I think our voice is booming now on FM 102.1 in Iguacha, they call River State. Iguacha and its environs. Therefore, you have no excuse not to listen onto this hallowed platform, because this is where it all started. Here, whatever that is being preached here is about common sense. If you hear anything that is not about common sense, please challenge it. It's your right, it's my right. If I preach something that is not commonsensical, please challenge it, because this is who we are. We want to restore our originality so that we can develop. Physical development starts from mental development. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is the reality. Physical development starts from mental development. Without, awakening mentally, being mentally awakened, without, developing mentally, you can never physically develop. It's impossible. It's impossible. You continue rigmaroling in your gullibility, stupidity. That is why during the European time of awakening, it started by a group of people asking questions. Are you hearing me? Little questions that matter. That is how you know a child that is developing, that is advancing. A child that does not speak, all of a sudden start calling papa, mama, mpa, ma, otaishikbo, ogaitro mpa, ma. Hawuru na wana akpo daddy, mpa, ma. Okay. The child start talking blah, 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 blah. Papa, mama. A little time as he's developing, he starts seeing everything around him as either bizarre or things that need explanations. That is human development. It shows that the brain is developing. That is why a child, a toddler, a baby, it starts by asking questions. Anything, on anything. It shows that he's undergoing development because he wants to know. That is natural on human consciousness, and that is what we preach. Because human consciousness, naturally, he wants to understand things around him. But because of the dogma, because of the type of narrow way that we grow, there are things that we look at taboo. There are issues that we say, no, don't talk about, no. It's like that. And they suppress that your natural consciousness. Dwarfing it. And that one is gone. That curiosity is gone. And they make you to believe. Anything, jargon, anything. And you see? Here we are trying to rekindle that consciousness, natural human consciousness, that is highly curious to understand how things work. To better understand the environment we are in. Are you hearing me? With it, we will advance. Because with all these questions and trying to know, now we conceive what is fake propaganda and genuine knowledge. You hear what I'm saying? That is what we do here. We don't raise propaganda. We don't go on sentiment. What is driving us is critical thinking. A human being, we are created. We are here in this planet Earth to subdue the world. In order to subdue our surroundings, the earth, and make it how it's supposed to be. Awaken the mindset does that. But unlike Africans, mostly Nigerians, they continue sleeping, assuming everything around them. Assuming that, now you will get things by miracle. Now you will just go and pray to anything you believe and things will start happening. No, sir, no, ma, it doesn't work like that. That is gullibility. We ask questions. Do you know asking questions, that is how science develops. That is how science develops. You doubt everything. In everything you ask questions. In order to sharpen your knowledge. That is what we do here on Radio Biafra. This is not a place for propaganda, neither a place where you deceive people by teaching people mumbo jumbo gullibility. As our leader said, here we try to eradicate, because that is the most important part of this, restoration of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that why Africa in general is failing or failed is because they didn't accompany the quest for physical independence with the most important part of it, that is education. Educating the public. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes, so that we continue educating ourselves, debating on the right way to go. It happened during the time of American own revolution. Prior to that, the leaders of the colonies, the 13 colonies in America, they continued debating, listening to the voice of reason in Europe, attending conferences in Europe, risking their lives, entering boats to just attend in order to listen and learn, because knowledge is infinite. Learning practicality. And they ended up deciding the best system for themselves. For America today, you are enjoying. It started by asking questions. They debated. They debated. And they found out that in the monarchical system of old European mainland, that there are faults. There are faults there. When you believe that there are people that are more humans than others, people that are born to rule. Feudal system in Europe, the peasants and the nobles, the ruling class, that it is natural. They started questioning this ideology, and they came up with the idea that, look, every human being is born equal. The only difference is that, conditions of birth is not equal. Equal opportunities were not given to people, to everybody. Basic American ideology becomes every human being is born equal. If given equal opportunities, people will do better in their lives. And that is the rudimentary foundational ideology of America till death. Excuse me, why this cough? And that is why we are here opening ways for debates, for free thinking, to subject everything to the altar of reason, in order so that we bow to superior argument. Do you remember our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said he will bow to a superior argument if you have any, if you can convince the audience. He will bow. That is how a free thinker behaves. Not being rigid and saying, no, it doesn't matter whatever. No, I will not, it will never happen. I will never change. You follow your path, I follow my path. This is highly colonial arrogancy. It's arrogancy. You understand? If for example, in every subject, you come up with a different debate, and your points are superior. Before God and man, I bow. I bow. Because nobody knows it all. I don't know it, or neither you. We learn from each other. It is symbiosis. That is what we do here on Radio Biafra. And we should never lower the standard of this radio. If we lower it to individual cries and standard, the way you want, my brother, Marakwada Church Abashana, because this is the rallying point. That is why we should be at alert on this radio. I am saying it. We should be at alert. No room for arrogancy. Oh no, no matter what you say, I am on my way. I do behave. I say it as that is what I believe, or what it doesn't. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never even made that kind of comment. Never in this radio. And I cherish it. And that is what I always say. Come up with your argument. It doesn't matter how opposing or superior argument, we bow to it, because all we are looking for is the way forward, the best way forward. That is it. Therefore, we must continue. Know that Biafra restoration that we are yearning for, that we are engaging, is not about personal aggrandizement. It's not about just to get Biafra. No. But changing of mentality is number one, is the first phase for us to be accommodative. For us, here in this struggle, it is voluntary. We volunteer ourselves. It is not about money. Nobody is paying me. Instead, I'm even putting nobody. IPOB is not paying the father. Instead, I'm putting my own money in everything. Are you hearing me? So, for you to understand the passion, it's not easy. It is not easy. Do you know what it means to be on air? It's not that maybe you are in a bus, or you are driving, or you are in a train and just put your Bluetooth and talking. No, this one you have to concentrate your time, make researches, and concentrate your time in order to speak and speak knowledge. Onye si na all this ya ga nwale now. That's it. It's not easy. So that is why we must protect this project, this movement, with everything we have. People have died. And when the GIPOB is washing, as I used to say, I say it without mincing words. Do you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sibling? IPO, how we are now even our leaders incarceration, people go that don't worry, end of the month he will come out. We take go about private jet with people ego. Do you know that? Hana method this struggle. That is why, let me tell you something. Some of these Igbo politicians we abuse and castigate and talk anyhow. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Many of them now support this struggle secretly. But who's here that that's why even many of them. What I'm saying it on air. Because you know why I'm saying it? People have died in this struggle and people continue dying. So we should never allow people to continue using this sacred, I say, holy struggle, holy effort. That you put your effort, I put mine. Some people thought that it is a way of making money. How would they photo the destiny of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a at their page in order to motivate people? Because they thought is Mazi Nnamdi is a Kanu family's investment. We shall never allow it. I've been saying this, we shall never allow it. Ayagakwa may allow. This, their attitude, is construing difficulties for IPOB. But IPOB is overcoming. Because, Nigerian intelligence services and other foreign intelligence services are watching them, seeing what they are doing. IPOB is Zushi. Look at me now. I'm a junior brother to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, so that you don't understand that there are many things happening on the ground. Do you remember when Lolo, our first lady, when I hosted her, she said publicly, she thanked Ifeanyi Oba. He's a politician. It's a pity that he is late. But he publicly thanked Ifeanyi Oba. Do you know that? Do you know why? No. Emma, that's why I'm just saying, let us limit the sentiment in this struggle. If we can limit it to the barest minimum. Because there are things you might not know. But they may not call, you don't know. Law. You don't know why many people, some people, why he thinking, look at, he's a Nigerian politician, he's a, yeah, you don't know. Do you know that Lolo, Kanu family, Kanu sibling, they don't want her to see our leader? Do you know that? Do you know that? Somebody that flew from all the way from London. They didn't want, because as the siblings, they are given the right in order to put, they are the ones putting names of people that should see our leader, excluding certified lawyers. That is why they tried everything in order to remove Zekome and Ejiofor. You people don't know what IPOB leadership is fighting. You don't know. In the Achiroka, the leadership will washa. What I'm telling you, this is not the first time I'm saying it. Sometimes I become a basket mouth. I lay bare so that that is yada amakwama makonicha bushi. Their action, what can IPOB leadership born on na born like this now I come upon. So that the mayor as they want. Man, they think it's going to be like that. No, I coaching now. Everyone, that's why every one of us which it's our age. Or we lubroka. Here I contribute through our effort with all our hearts. Charlatans are useless here. No. They use the sentiment of our people. Hey, imagine I'm the Kanu family. I am Mazi, I'm the Kanu brother. I am his sister brother. I am his our people, they can easily fall. Anyway, that's saying they don't understand what it is. Do you know that it is Ifeanyi Oba? These people refuse. Even they wanted to commit Lolo. Use another name. Just pretend to be another name. As another person. So that you'll be allowed to see her. I can't commit here. Scandal. Oh, change that is a man there. At the last minute, Ifeanyi Oba boro Lolo. It's a pity that he is late. Boro Lolo, Shere Naka like this. Gaku Bichi, the director, the chairman of DSS, that is now removed. That being there before yesterday. But he got queen of it. But it's only Acham, only a wunye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Acham cake, Galite, Mam Yanako. Ya you order from above. Ye order from above. Say, this woman, yes, they say, oh yeah, go. Was ye, but there of the siblings, they had a surprise. That is why Onyendu's wife came on air. He came on air. He thanked Ifeanyi Oba, but some people don't understand. That's why sometimes, what you are seeing is not, who said it? Seeing is not is it the insurance? Seeing without knowledge is not shorty, because you might be seeing illusion. Are you hearing me? What I said, some people might have known it, some might not have known it, but it's the reality. So, there are many things happening. And do not forget that any movement of this magnitude, it is not uncommon that this type of issues will rise up. Because this is a political movement. Any movement that has a multitude of people, it becomes political. Because you must make sure to control everybody, to carry everybody along. That is the politics in it. I will touch that a bit later. Are you hearing me? So, we must continue what we are doing. We must continue. That is, I want to just read some news headlines. News headlines. Just few. Just few. Before reading our IPOB press release, which some people see it as controversial, but no, it is not. You understand me? Now, there is this news headline of yesterday, 27th. A soldier accuses Nigerian leaders of enabling banditry. A soldier, a Nigerian soldier, who is a northerner, Suleiman, is accusing the Nigerian government. So they accuses Nigerian leaders of enabling banditry by paying ransoms, failing to order military action. Which is what, I put it on my timeline. This is one of the many confirmations of what we already knew. This thing, we knew it right from time. But the issue is this. Do Nigerians care? The answer is no, they don't care. The amount of evil that is being committed against Nigerian citizens, you can never see it in any part of anywhere in the world. In Europe, in Africa, in America, in Eurasia, in Antarctica, in anywhere. It's not done. What is up? Sometimes I reason. I say, look, the way Nigerians, a population of hundreds of millions of people, are being subjugated and they lie low. What is the secret? I start wondering, what is the secret of these politicians? And I found out that, look, they use division, hatred of Igbo. That is what they use. That is a division. So that the people will never be the same. The people will never be on the same wavelength. Never. Look at the last so-called purported protest. Look at it. Notwithstanding that we have been, IPOB has given order that no Biafra, no Igbo person should come out. And the people obeyed. But they still tag Igbo is Igbo. Because they believe that in Nigeria, once that name Igbo is Igbo do this, Igbo do, everybody will forget their miserable situation. Every other ethnicity will now, they will forget that there is no electricity. They will forget that Fulani henchmen are killing and destroying their farms. They will forget that Fulani bandits, terrorists are everywhere on the rampage. They will forget that kidnappers are everywhere. That is the trick. I am telling you. That is what they use. Igbo hatred is what they use in, the caliphate use it in order to entrench themselves so that people will never gather the people will never gather with one voice. They will tell you, it's Igbo man, Igbo plan. Hey, once other indigenous communities, indigenous tribes in Nigeria, once they hear Igbo, it seems they, I don't know, is alien that is coming for invasion. They will never care again about any other thing. That is a trick. So, this revelation, which is also part of the series of revelations, the Nigerian soldier is doing, he did it openly. That is why others are nursing it in them. Many have been revealing it. To the extent, I think there was one time, even is it a general, a colonel, that was a Yoruba man, made a video. I think they relinquished, they sacked that man, or I don't know what happened to him. He was crying, telling, say, video me, look, you know, they are underarming us. You make request for arms, they'll block it. I first of all played the clip of Dr. Mazi. There is a bigger picture to what we are seeing. You know, Dr. Mazi, when I played, he said that they came, Bill Gates came to them, to the doctors, Nigerian doctors, and say, name your price and leave medical practitioners. Just name your price. How many billions of dollars? If you want each and every, the whole doctors in Nigeria, each get a share of $100 million. No problem. He is ready to pay. He said, name your price. But quit practicing, this in healthcare in Nigeria. Leave us to bring our own group and take care of Nigerian healthcare system. Guinea pig. He said in the history of the whole world, there has not been anything like this. Do you understand what it means? The audacity with which an individual or individual company, he said he was there direct, not they told him. He was there representing private clinics of Nigeria, or private doctors or hospitals of Nigeria. Not that I know, his friend told him, he was there. They used their General Electrics in order to pay them off. Because you know why they were able to have that audacity? Because they know that Nigeria is not like any other country. Anything could be is obtainable there. So why is terrorism not going to be used? Whereas they can come audaciously in order to buy people's organ, to buy Nigerian hospital, so that it becomes a place for harvesting different organs, both reproductive organs and any other type of organs. They kill you, they slaughter you. Nigeria to become, even it is now, to become an experimental center of the world. Do people understand what this thing means? No, they are not. Do they understand the magnanimity of this? No, they don't. That is the world order for you. What are you going to do about it? If people want to rise up to challenge and say, no, we don't want this, they will say they will remove virus, they will release virus into the air in Nigeria. Say, no, this is Igbo plan. No. There are the people that are saying, is IPOB, do you want IPOB to succeed? Please, do not allow yourself to be slaughtered. It doesn't matter, but don't let Igbos to have their way. Everybody will cool down. That is Nigeria for you. They will continue in their zombie action, their zombie way. Soldier accuses Nigerian leaders of enabling banditry by paying ransoms, failing to other military action to crush terrorists, bandits. Have you forgotten when they formed the quartet, the coalition against terrorism, against Boko Haram in Nigeria? Chad was there when Idris Deby was still the president, the father of the now president of Chad. Cameroon was there. Nigeria was part of it. Chad came with all their might. Because he wanted to wipe out the Boko Haram. To the extent, many soldiers even testified that. Do you remember what was the name of the Shekawe, the Boko Haram terrorist? That mini guy, Shekawe, Bobaka Shekawe. Many Nigerian soldiers testified that, oh, they wanted to kill him, but the order came from above. And they said, leave, stop pursuing him. Don't leave him. Do you remember when they changed the chief of army staff or chief of general staff of Nigeria, the man that finally killed Shekawe, within few weeks or months, he met his own demise. He died of plane crash. Because he should not be killed. So, the chief of army staff, what is his name? I used to forget this man's name. That was put there. And he immediately started fighting, going against the brigade agenda, the powerful people's agenda. As a minute, he said, no, we must kill this man. And immediately he killed the Shekawe. Under a few weeks or months, the man died of plane crash with his fellow military officers. Have you forgotten? And in Nigeria, do you people remember? 5 minutes people. Do you remember? Do you remember now? Do you really remember? The answer is no. Because Nigeria is a place whereby people, misery, people are accustomed to misery. Do you know what it means, a country not having electricity? Sometimes you can call home some place, they will tell you, my brother, since 1 month we never have electricity. Since 1 month, no electricity. Places that we are booming with electricity before. No, since 1 month. Or sometimes in a month we have 2 hours. So we are burning generator. And the people are still living comfortably. People are living comfortably. If you plan, say, okay, let us ask questions, why at least give electricity? They say, no, they will release their virus on the air in Nigeria. The Igbo man, so, the Igbo men or Igbos, is their conspiracy theory. They want to take over. If you have electricity now, they want to take over. So they say, okay. Every other Nigerian will say, okay, if like that, they will turn against Igbo. Hey, Igbo, no go better for now. Instead, let us live in our miserable condition, no problem. That has been the key the politicians are using in holding Nigerians ransom, hostage, as they are today. Igbo hatred. That is why we want to get out. Let me read a bit from what the man said, the things we already know. Because not only him, people, there have been, as I was saying, Chad pulled out of the Nigerian coalition to fight Boko Haram. Because he said the statement, I read it here on Radio Biafra. The then head of state of Chad, Chadian head of state, Idris Edebi, he said Nigeria is not serious. They are not serious to fight Boko Haram. They are just there doing a window display. So they pull and say, my soldiers cannot start dying anyhow. If you plan with them, they will sabotage, they will go and give information they will reveal the whole information to Boko Haram and they will ambush you and kill everybody, every soldier. He pulled out his soldiers. He said, Mayona, come, these people are not. The only thing he protected his land. I mean his country, Chad. That's why any person they caught, any Boko Haram terrorist they caught in Chad, he go to the guillotine. And he firing squad. He will be killed by sentenced to firing squad till today. Do you know that? Whereas Nigerian government is petting them, say, they are repentant terrorists. They will take them back and be paying them much salary than other innocent Nigerian civil servants that are contributing everything. in working for Nigeria. Boko Haram in Nigeria, whereas in Chad, any Boko Haram member they catch, they sentence him to death by firing squad. But in Nigeria, they pamper them. No, don't issue the Nigerians talk. Do they care? Zombies? Do they care? What are you going to do to Nigerians, and they will rise up? What do you think? Chibika Amechi said, Nigerians, nothing you can do to them. Nothing. Chibika Amechi, he said, go and defend Nigerians, you die for nothing. If they kill you, you die for nothing. Because nobody cares. You see, if you doubt what I'm saying, go to a Nigerian person's family, bring out his wife and children, kill all of them in his presence. Tomorrow, he will move on with his life. Say, now, wow, everybody will forget. They will die for nothing. That's why he's saying he can never fight for Nigerians again. Never. He will just be quiet. And when you listen to what he said, there is sense in it. Because Nigerians are zombies. I am telling you. What they are suffering, what Nigerians are suffering, no other country in this, I say, in this planet Earth will suffer it and keep quiet. No. It's impossible. No, at least, had it been the Nigerian politicians, they target and say, okay, let us give people 247 electricity. And do you think they don't care about taking the whole money, stealing, exploiting, looting? Nigerians will not care. But do you know that in Nigeria, nothing. They don't give them any breathing space. No electricity, no pipe-borne water. You come to the internet services, what? Nothing. Everybody is sentenced into life of misery. Go and hustle. And the people became accustomed to it. This is an evil place, honestly speaking. People became accustomed to this. Now, if they see you raising alarm, trying to ask questions, why are we living like this? The same Nigerian populace will start looking at you as a mad person. They will start, oh boy, go make money, waiting, I beg, go make money and buy everything with money. What are you? Now, wow. This is like, like Stockholm syndrome. Slavery. Once, slaves, people being accustomed to slavery. Any person that is talking about liberation, he becomes disdained. That person, the other slaves look at him as very absurd. Now, why you are thinking about freedom? Okay, they will start asking questions. What is the rationale between, if you are free now, what are you going to do? Where are you going to start? I beg, let us continue living like slaves. At least you have where you are sleeping. No matter that they beat you, they can kill you at any time. No problem. That is life. You in Arapium at least. Massa will call you. At least he will beat you. No problem. You walk from morning till night. No problem. You have somewhere to sleep. So if you are free, you will die. They saw freedom as death. Do you see? Are you making comparison? I say what Nigerians are passing through as citizens of Nigeria. Even Benin Republic, their citizens will never, I say never in this world allow it. Benin, that is a neighboring country, they will never allow it. It's impossible. Because there is nothing there. Nigerians are given nothing. Is it MTN? I mean, internet providing internet? No, well, you buy your data, even the service is totally nothing. It is not good. You buy anything, nothing is working, nothing is functioning. So people are relegated to the life of extreme misery, so that you suffer and get accustomed to suffering. It's not good. Honestly. How I wish that people will understand and rise up. How I wish. Very, very sad indeed. How I wish that people will understand and rise up. But no way. Anytime people wants to rise up, they will use Igbo hatred to bring them down. Now this soldier is complaining. Is he not? He complaining. Let me read a bit. He started by saying, I think he used Hausa. He said, may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Today, there are bandits, that is terrorists on TikTok. Terrorists on TikTok. They freely kidnap who they want, when they want, and how they want it. They, bandits, request any amount of ransom, and they get it, and they also free their abductors when and how they want it. And it is the government that is paying the ransom. Don't you see Fulani terrorists exhibiting their loots, their ransom monies on social media? In Nigeria. Only in Nigeria can happen. No, they cannot track them. No. For you to understand that there is a bigger agenda than what you are thinking. Nigeria is a guinea pig field. All those things are things that are being used by, by the powers that be. Don't you see how the West, what happened in Burkina Faso? The other time it was in Mali. The West is openly supporting terrorists, Islamic terrorists in the Sahel, for venturing to take their destinies into their hands. To talk about development and advancement. Now the West is using Islamic terrorists in order to punish them. Do you know what it means? Do you see the video how they were massacring innocent men, baby, children everywhere in Burkina Faso? Do you see that? I think you saw it. For you to see the type of world we are living, where the West is now acting like gods of men. They are gods. After all, they say they build a garden. They build their garden. And others are living in jungle. So they don't want jungle primitive people to come to their garden anyhow. That is why they impose visa. It is easier for you to go to heaven than to go to Europe. Isn't it? Isn't it? They impose visa. So that you, as a jungle person, if you find yourself in any of their country, now you consider yourself fortunate. You start bragging that I'm here. Oh, my fellow Neanderthals, can you come here? No, I'm here now. You know, that is what they want to see. That is relegating ourselves to lower, and lower. So that you see their place as a paradise. That is the way they divide the world. Do you understand it? That is the world we are living. They sponsored, the same way they sponsored Taliban. They used Taliban. They formed America formed the Islamic jihadism, Al-Qaeda, in order to fight the communism, to fight the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. They formed Al-Qaeda that turned today hunting everybody. Are you hearing me? Do you know that that one is another story for another day? Many times, a retired CIA hierarchies, I've seen in their documentary that they say several times we are close to killing bin Laden at the early time before 9/11, but they received the order from above, say, don't do anything to him, leave him. And one of the CIA retired hierarchy that was in charge that time, he said that decision still haunts him till death. I don't know whether the man is dead. He said that decision. He tried everything to convince the politicians, American politicians as of that time, when this guy was in Sudan. He said, we are close. I can take him out as anyhow, anytime, because he was under surveillance. But the politicians said, no, leave him, because they are going somewhere. They want his actions in order to change. They use it as a pretext to change the world, to inflict control, more controls everywhere in the world, in the pretext of fighting terrorism. Do you understand? And make Africans to restrict Africans from moving. Do you know that if, for example, European visas, American visas, if they are as free as you can get African visas by Europeans and Americans, do you know that many Africans can just go for visits and under 1 week they come back? Do you know that? Many. Do you know that there will be at the beginning, people will rush it up, but after people start being tired and going back anyhow, because they know that if they go, why people are remaining is that because if they go back, maybe they never have paper, so they are not sure of coming back. When you see some European tourists going to Africa, let me tell you, some of them don't have up to BTA, basic traveling allowance, of even 500 euro or dollars. Do you know that? Whereas an African man will have $10,000, still nothing, as BTA. Nothing. They will deny. They say, no, don't go. He's hustling. Do you know do you see the world we are in? That is, they want to make it like that, so that you see that they are higher in everything than you. Don't you know that? That is why they are using our so-called democratically elected government. I say, quote unquote, democratically elected, which this term democracy they are using is a weapon in order to keep us into perpetual bondage, because they are using them. Can you use a dictator? He will do anything he wants in his country. He will seek allies as he wants. If wars come to wars, he will suspend the constitution and rule in a good way. As Mali did, the Mali junta. Politicians start gathering, he open up and say people can gather for. After now, the talk went to too much, he closed back. He said he suspends any political gathering because he's in a mission. But can you achieve that through the so-called democracy? Hey, America, we shout, oh, this is, hey, it's a dictatorship. Oh. They shouted for Libya Gaddafi. And he was killed, liquidated. Oh, he's sponsoring terrorists. He's this and that. He's a dictator. Now they hunted him and killed him. Today, go to Libya. Ask them. They are regretting. Many of them are saying that they acted as if they are bewitched. That they don't understand what happened. Why should they are regretting today? America has given them their democracy, haven't they? That is how it is. That is the way they want the world to be. They felt that this world is in their hand, that they can do anyhow they want. Are you hearing me? That is why they can use terrorists. For the terrorists, they are fighting for Allah. They don't know that there is a hand behind them, using them. I watched documentaries where during the time of the Taliban or fighting against the Soviet Union, American CIAs will come direct. The videos, they classified some of them. I used to watch them. They will come and start giving them pep talks. American CIA officials. The gathering of the Mujahideen, they will tell them, they will use Quran. They will quote Quran for them, say, go and fight again. These are infidels. And Allah is with you. You will win. They shout Allah Akbar. You see them, hey, they shout Allah Akbar. They raise their sentiments. They don't know that they are being used. That is how the world is. The CIA, after After talking to them, he will use their Quran and close it, raising their sentiments. Hey, they say now all these people are ndi chuku. Hey, they are helping us on the chuku. Go and fight now. Motivate them. Now we are these infidels. Do you remember in catechism they told us to pray for Russia that does not know God? Do you remember that? These are manipulations. Manipulation. They manipulate people with your passion, with what you like. They can manipulate you. They are smart. So, what am I trying to say? If they want Boko Haram to stop, if they want this insecurity, these kidnappings, terrorism in Nigeria to stop, they will do it. They can do it under 1 week. I am telling you honestly. Do you remember when they kidnapped an American citizen in Niger and took him to northern Nigeria secretly? During Trump's administration, he tracked them. The Secret Service tracked them. They tracked them and killed. They didn't even inform any Nigerian official. They kept it top secret. They traveled and rescued the American citizen, killing the whole people, the whole terrorists holding him hostage. So, how do you think that people with such type of state of the updated equipment, state-of-the-art equipment, how do you think that they cannot help in stopping what is happening in Nigeria? No, because they started it. In the Sahel region, what I mean, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they are arming the terrorists in order to make life unbearable for the people. Let me tell you, every decision has recompense and has risks. Every fight is risky. Fight for freedom. And I put it on my timeline. I say this is not unexpendable or extendable to Biafra. So, I know queer like this so that you can understand it. Because it is bad for us to lie here. This Western attitude will not be or could never be unextended to Biafra, but we must never be deterred from facing our fears and facing our reality. That is why we must continue. And that is why we should be talking to ourselves here. It doesn't matter how we argue, how we debate, how bitter, but we must make it brotherly discussions, family discussions. We agree not to disagree. Are you hearing me? It doesn't matter anything. We must agree not to disagree. Because we know that enemies are abound. Enemies full everywhere. People that feel that they are gods of men. The higher powers that are behaving as gods of men. They are all around us. They can use even our own people in order to undo what we are trying to do. Are you hearing me? Do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still been in the DSS custody till today after how many years? 3 years plus. Do you think that the Nigerian government don't know what they are doing? They know that if he goes to Kuje prison, that it will be easier, he will be accessible. So, the Nigerian secret services, they want to monitor everything, and they love it. So that anything that is coming, any information, they want to understand how he runs IPOB. and the siblings are helping him. The siblings they are okay with it because they are in command. They feel that they are narrowing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's information to what they want to give to him. And with that, he will be viewing things in their own point. That is why they felt that all these other lawyers, our erudite lawyers, Ozekume and Ejiofor, they were menace to them. That's why they fought. They tried and convinced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to remove them. And he did. The wife of our leader wanted to visit him. They said no. They sabotage it because he's not agreeing with them. They don't want our leader to start hearing another thing, another side of the coin. No. Like even when Benjamin Madugu, he went there only once. After they refused, they say no. He's playing to the DSS. He's playing to their, he's playing to their game. And the siblings, they love it. Keep him there. So that it is them that will be manipulating. That is why, let me tell you, we must continue what we are doing. No? Let me say this on air. Had it been Nigerian government, let me say this. If Nigerian government see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the center of gravity in this struggle, that without him we cannot go forward, do you think they can leave him? No. I want people that have common sense reason in this. Stop reasoning with your sentiments. If they see that, without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we go nowhere, do you think that they will leave him? Do you think that they can accord anything? They will enjoy it. Seeing us moving, rigmaroling like people without magnitude and direction, going round and round. But once they know that, look, these people, they don't even care whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released or not. They are moving, doing things before God and man. They will be bewildered and now start calling, say, Mazi Nnamdi. They start asking him, how do we resolve this issue? Because they know that without him, we are moving on. That is what these siblings of iniquity don't know. That is what they don't. Although they know anyway, but their mindset is making maximum money. Because you are talking of Biafra, it's not demo. They are not in the same wavelength with you. They call us mugus. No, we don't. I am on here now. Go away here now. Are you hearing me? But unfortunately, this is the situation that is facing us. That is why we must continue. In the temporal absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Chike Doziem is in command. As the head of the Directorate of States of the indigenous people of Biafra, you must accept these facts. That is how things work. The other time I talked about building institutions. A leader, a successful leader builds a team. So that even if he's not there, things will be moving as if he's there. That is it. And that is IPOB. So for people that are going with sentiments, know ye this. We must continue. We will never allow Nigerian government to cajole us using anybody, including Kanu siblings. To always prick your sentiments. Because now, now solicit for fun everywhere. Don't worry. Okay, with a private jet, I get bullet, this and that. With a couple of people, they don't know. We will never allow ourselves to be held hostage. Are you hearing me? This is the movement of the people. This is the movement of the people. Even in the story, in the Bible story, let me give you give illustration. Through the Bible story, Moses was there, being loved by everybody. But the God or the Bible God did not even look at the sentiment of the people when the time came. He removed him. And another person took over, which is Joshua. I am not saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is off. No. He's our leader. But we must face the reality facing us. This, as I said, this movement we are in, it needs people with common sense that can think outside the sentiment. It needs people like that. Not people that always say, with sentiment you go nowhere. And when I know now nothing. With sentiment though. But without sentiment, I much Nigerian government I said now, yeah. Look, do you see, the other day I gave an example of the Palestinian struggle. How many of their leadership has been liquidated by their enemy? How many? Uncountable. Or very huge. Does it stop them? The answer is no. These are people that know the thing, that has motivation. These are people that know what they want. Not people that you can kill. Hey, no more. Hey, the struggle don't finish. Hey, whoa, now. The enemy will be. They know that they have destroyed you. Finish. You become nothing. Mana. In Palestine, as they are killing one person, liquidate or jailing somebody, another person is taking over. Even more radical is taking over. So, you cannot kill all the people. After all, nuclear bomb landed in Hiroshima. People still survived and Nagasaki. There is no way you can, even with nuclear bomb, you can never eradicate everybody. There is one analysis of one woman, an expert. I said if there is a third world war, nuclear bomb, it will eradicate whether 85% of world population, and in 72 hours. That is more than 5 billion people. Which means even if you throw it anywhere, everywhere, not everybody will die. There must be people that will survive. That is natural. Are you hearing me? People must survive. People must survive. You must see living human beings. You can never kill everybody. It's impossible. Are you hearing me? So, let me just continue a bit on reading the news. People should stop. Okay, the Nigerian soldier is talking. He said, people should stop seeing the faults of the Nigerian army and their personnel. Stop blaming the Nigerian military. We take others. We have the weapons and manpower to crush bandits. Who do they call bandits? These are terrorists that are, the way they are. You see the video of what happened in Burkina Faso 2 or 3 days ago. It is the same thing. They go with motorbikes. That is how these are people they call bandits. These are how they call terrorists. They imported into Nigeria. This is what is. These are the people that are that are operating in northern part of Nigeria, and sometimes coming down in our land. Do you know that sometimes ESN we meet some Tuaregs in the bush? Do you know that? No, if you are not told, you don't know now. For you to sometimes they infiltrate in our land. Do you know that? Those had the core terrorists. Some of them have fought in Chechnya, some have fought in Afghanistan, some fought in Iraq. They are there. Some of them are there. Sometimes ESN we engage them, see them in our bushes, one. Biafra land. They are trying to master the art of fighting inside the big forest because they don't master that art. And being in a situation, in topography like Biafra land, that is their burial ground. That is why, let me tell you what Fulani is doing. When you see the one Turuga, let me tell you what they are doing. They want to live inside our forests, born children there that are accustomed to our topography, to our weather, to our very, tropical forest, full of rain, with mosquitoes. People that are accustomed to it, their children, next generation, so that as they are growing up, they become the same thing with you. They understand our bush. They become, they become immune to some of our tropical diseases inside our bush. So in one way, there is nothing again. Chineke, they want to plan, honestly. If only if our people know. That's why, if you see our people, some of our people, Igbo people that are collaborating with these terrorists in our land, in the name of making money, these are even worse than the terrorists. Igbo people that are kidnapping, harvesting our organs with the Fulani counterparts, and they make business. They are the worse than the Fulani themselves. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? These people want to come to our land in any way possible, and they are doing it. That's why, they cannot defeat all these terrorists. Bandits are. Do you know that bandits are these terrorists that are killing people in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger. They are killing people in the north, men, women, and children. But in Nigeria, they term them bandits, so that it will compromise and bring down the heinousness of their terrorism. You call them bandits. The same way you call a phone snatcher in Onitsha bandit. Yeah, they are bandits. They refer to them. Nigeria is a place that is not like any other place. You understand what I'm saying? Do you hear me? Okay. Now, but the question I want to ask all these Nigerian soldiers that are complaining, do you think that all this so-called leadership in Nigeria, you say they can go unchallenged? You have the guns. You can kill your hierarchy. That is the thing. You can, even 10, 20 group of military, they can cause harm in order to show their disdain, their annoyance. They can cause anything. They can take, the whole military barrack hostage. Don't you know that? But oh no, they go complaining like Nigerians. Instead, the Nigerian military, where they are very strong, is when they killing Nigerian citizens, innocent Nigerian citizens. They call bloody civilian. Do you know that as a new recruit in the Nigerian army, they brainwash Nigerian military personnel into hating the civilians? Do you know that it is voluntary? That's why they call them bloody civilians. Just watch many videos. You see new Nigerian recruits. Once they come out from their recruitment, they are commissioned into service. The first of all, you see them. All their power is against civilians. Don't you notice that? They will start any civilian. No. It is something, a brainwashing they introduce into them that, look, you are no more a bloody civilian, so deal with them. They turn the Nigerian military against their population. Oh, Nigeria. Oh, Chinekele. Do you know that? It's brainwashing. To make them now that we are now different from you. Unlike any other country that their military, anytime they see their civilian, even on uniform, they bow down to them because they know that they are your servants. They are servants of the citizens. In Nigeria, no. During training, they brainwash the securities, the new people that, look, see yourself as different. You are no longer a bloody civilian. If you see a Nigerian bloody civilian, deal with him as you can. Do you hear me? It's done purposely in order to bring that hatred, the wage between once you're military in Nigeria, now you see yourself higher, so that you can beat any Nigerian citizen, even kill the person if care is not taken. Wound him, he is a bloody civilian, his life is nothing. All these are programs they put in people's head. That is why, like this military boy that is complaining, they don't have power, but they have guns, so they don't have power against their hierarchy, against their bosses. Where the highest now, they come to civilian, they start vetting their powers, their angers on innocent, miserable civilians like them. Don't you see that there is something wrong in the brain? Nigeria is manipulating everybody, including the military. They manipulate them against their own people, so that you cannot come. Every other country, a citizen can even slap a military on uniform, not a police, a military, for doing anything bad. They can talk to you anyhow, say, don't you know that you are serving me? The person will cool down, respect the civil. But in Nigeria, no. They train them that they are gods of the civilian. These are bloody civilians. Only in Nigeria you hear bloody civilians. Normally, citizens should be respected because they are the people. Without them, you cannot be. In a democracy, the people has power, even over the constitution of a country. I've been saying this. That's why in a democracy, people can, if they elect somebody in a political office, yes, and people can gather with annoyance, stun the presidential house or prime minister's house and remove him from power. In every democracy, the population is so, only the constitution reigns supreme. But the only thing that is more supreme than constitution is the population. Go and make your researches. In our story. It's only people. Once the people gather, they can, that thing they do through democracy as so to say, they can remove it through annoyance and say, we don't want it again. Now we put you there. Now we be the kingmakers. Come on, get out. Didn't you see it in Sri Lanka? Did Sri Lanka enter into civil war? The answer is no. In many other countries, the same thing. They remove the democratically elected president. The people remove him and say, this way you are going is not why we put you there. Where people have power. But they made sure in Nigeria to, disempower the population through different ways. Through the military. Through brainwashing. Once you enter the military, they tell you are no more bloody civilian. You are different. So don't take the word of bloody civilian. Otherwise, it makes you weak. These are brainwashing. Many military are listening to me. They know that what I'm saying is truth, is reality in Nigeria. Don't you see that? It is part of division of the population, Nigerian population, so that you can never be, the Nigerian population will never be coherent. They will never be coherent. Even if you are owing Nigerian military and police, the government is owing them 1 year without payment. They will not make noise. Instead, they will go and start vetting their anger against civilians because it is brainwash. They will not do anything. They will go and start vetting their anger. Lack of payment. The ordinary drivers, ordinary keke napep, Okada in Nigeria. They will shoot them, kill them, stifle them, collect money from them. That is how Nigeria works. Even if the people are protesting, they will send them, go and shoot them, go and kill them. They don't care, they carry out orders. But their lives are miserable. Police, Nigerian military, their lives are more, they are the same, living in the same penury and miserability. So they divided the population. So there will be no coherence. That is it. Let me continue reading a bit because it will not be long before I open the lines. We Nigeria, okay, If our leaders give us the military boys talking, maybe by now they would have tracked him. They would have gotten him because it's easy to track. But the terrorists, Nigerian terrorists that exhibit their money, their funds, everything in social media, they're on TikTok, you know, they cannot be tracked. Are you hearing me? Other people that are easy to track is you know, IPOB members in the zoo, in Biafra land. They can track them very easily. But no, they cannot track bandits that are going in convoys of thousands. No. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong? Don't you see that this is an agenda? Don't you see that? Okay. If our leaders give us the directive to face these bandits head on, we will finish them in a week. What is Zamfara state or state forest, for God's sake, that we Nigerians cannot secure? We Nigerian army have the training and machinery that bandits don't have. So just forget Nigeria. He said just forget Nigeria. They are jokers. Let me ask you, this guy that was arrested in this terrorist Nigerian politician, a terrorist sponsor that was arrested in Egypt some time ago, is it last year? On his way to Mecca, on transit in Egypt. They say he's a terrorist. And they arrested him. But he's a top Nigerian politician. Nigeria, in order to escape this international embarrassment, they went to Egypt and promised them that we don't know, so he's supporting. They showed them everything. They say, you know it. They say, no, we don't know. They say, okay, we will investigate. Hey, this boy, this man, so you are supporting them. Don't worry. They promised Egypt that they will investigate this man and jail him, so that Egypt will release the man to Nigeria without causing embarrassment for him to be jailed in Egypt and jailed in Egypt. That will cause, international news headlines. Nigeria remove him from Egypt. He came on coming the video. They say no, he had been arrested in Abuja airport, this and that. What is his story today? Who talks about him? Nigerians say, oh yeah. Which journalists will go and start asking questions? Nigerian journalists, the worst in the whole world. All they discuss is nonsense. Serious issues, they will be laughing, discussing. Just like content creators. That is how they are. Since the death of Delegiwa, Nigerian investigative journalism died with Delegiwa. That's it. So, what this Nigerian military is talking the same thing. The same thing. It's an agenda. It's an agenda. The Western agenda in Nigeria is this, so that it has multiple advantages they are reaping. Do you hear about Zamfara gold any longer? The answer is no. What about the other Californium in Borno and the other parts of the north? The natural resources and rare earth, they are removing it. How do these terrorists in the north, how do they get their arms? Supplied by the Western Secret Service. They supply them, they give them in exchange for all these natural resources, for peanuts, gold, Californium, they will name them for peanuts. They give them. Have you forgotten the revelation made by Hamza Mustafa, former head to Abacha? Have you forgotten? Or former chief security officer to Abacha. Have you forgotten? Our people, we used to forget very easily now. The revelations he made in Brekete family. Have you forgotten? He asked, why is it that all these white men, non-government NGOs, they full up in different parts of the north where there is terrorist activities, where there are wars, but NGOs full everywhere there. Save the children, feed the babies. They call different names. White Europeans and Americans, they fly in they rent houses everywhere. Inside where people, indigenous people, deserted, where they are afraid to go. In the night, he said they will carry briefcases, enter into the bush, into the Sahel bush, and disappear in the night. What are they doing? And when they come back early in the morning, you don't see them with briefcases, nothing with them. You don't know that they have all these rare earths inside their pocket. Something that 1 gram of californium that time was $27 million. 1 gram, not 1 kilogram. 1 gram, $27 million. Which the terrorists, they don't even know. They tell them, bring me this thing. They can give them, 1 kilo for maybe 10 AK-47 and ammunition. They can give them 1 kilo. Something that should worth 2-point-something billion. They will give them, say, okay, don't worry, we supply you with 10 AK-47, and they'll change it with them, supply them with this thing, RPG, rocket-propelled grenade, few. Something that is not up to maybe $50,000 or $100,000. Now they give them something more than billions of dollars. Do you think that they will they will continue financing the problem everywhere? Because they are looting everything. They are looting our natural resources everywhere. Look at in Congo. No peace will be in Congo. Never. Because once there is peace, which means now the Western governments will be coming to do business equal, buying and buying normal price. No, they don't want it. They hate it. They must steal. That's why I see this world. Do you see this world? It's what you call your thing. It is what it is. They steal, not stealing, they loot. And they put problem. They give guns so that you kill yourself. And they will deal with all those terrorist leaders. This world is the more you look, the less you see, honestly speaking. Agony in Southeast, that is another news headline. It's an article written by some people. Agony in Southeast as kidnappers lay siege to communities. In our land, all the time, Biafra land has been the most peaceful in that zoo called Nigeria, right from time. But the powers that be have now tried to turn our land into a no-go area. And it is appalling. That is why we must say no to criminality. Are you hearing me? Say no to criminality. The Fulani headsmen are on the rampage, kidnapping, and our people are imitating them. Let me read a bit, please. Let me read a bit. Tales of wars have continued to persist in the southeast geopolitical region due to the unending spate of kidnappings in the zone. No week passes by without tales of people being kidnapped in different parts of the 5 states that make up the zone. Okay? Stories abound of innocent travelers who were caught in the web of daredevil kidnappers and taken to bushes where they were kept. At the same time, the abductors demand ransom from their families. Whatever our people learn, they become best in that. If it is bad thing, they become best in that bad thing. If it's good thing, they become best in that good thing. That is why we must make sure to counter criminality in our land. We must differentiate between criminality from our genuine freedom fighting. I preached it. Are you hearing me? I preached it the other time. And that is why we are preaching here all the time, in order to strengthen our ideology that is Biafra. Are you hearing me? Now, let me read a bit. The security situation in Abia witnessed tremendous improvement shortly after assumption of office by Governor-elect Soti. However, recent attacks and killings in the state have challenged whatever efforts the government has put in place to tackle insecurity. Do you remember is it 30th May? Yes, when they carried out a false flag operation in Abia in order to start up something. Do you remember? The LXOT administration courageously combed the bushes occupied by killer headsmen, and other criminal elements that have been terrorizing and holding hostage the people of the southeast, and in particular users of the busy Enugu-Port Harcourt road, especially the Isikuato and Omunnechi axis. The government was said to have insisted on visiting an area in Lokbanta cattle market, said to be a no-go area for non-Fulani. What was discovered in the area and other forests and bushes around the market was both shocking and mind-boggling. These chilly discoveries include decapitated human corpses, shallow graves, and abandoned vehicles of all types belonging to kidnapped victims, who were either killed or released and their vehicles seized. Some of these things were uncovered during raids by security operatives in the forest occupied by killer Fulani headsmen and bandits and the dreaded unknown gunmen, two killer groups that have been holding the region hostage. Could you imagine that maybe they caught or they saw near Sabongeri town in Kaduna, they have a place where they see some Igbos that used to abduct the citizens in the north and kill them. Could you imagine what would have happened? You know, do you know that we, Biafrans, we the Igbos, we don't know how to make our case. Do you know that? We swallow things that should not be swallowed. That's why we can swallow bone. Obabuai will be dying silently. We are a people that can acclimatize, that can easily get accustomed to something. It's very bad, eh? Let me tell you, it's not a good thing. That type of threat is not good. Instead of standing up to our who we are, we easily get accustomed. This is a sign of gullibility. This thing that happened in Logba, all of a sudden we forgot it easily. Which I read here, uncountable corpses, fresh corpses, including headless corpses, and uncountable. According to the paper, it say uncountable skeleton. They got. These are our people. But we swallowed it. People will go, when their people got killed, they kept it, they will keep it secret. Yes. They go to churches and become comforted, and they move on. Is a sign of gullibility. This character is a sign of gullibility. Gullible people. And this type of character, it reduces the people to nothing. It's a sign of perfect slave. Are you hearing me? And that is why the Europeans, Britain, called our land the slave coast. We need to change our way, our behavior, our way of life. So not all, some certain threats that are very bad, we need to remove them. This swallowing of issues without doing anything about it and become accustomed to the situation and become comforted, you continue living. is good and bad, but the bad aspect of it is heavier. It makes the people be reduced to nothing. Once they know that we have this character, they say, leave them. They will shout for 1 week, 2 weeks. I beg, they will leave them, don't even talk to them. That is how our detractors feel. Do you remember? That is how they see. We are seeing IPOB at the first time. When Nonyendu was on air, Obasanjo was the first person to say, Igbo man, they don't come again. When you want money, they say Biafra. So that they meet him, give him money. That is the way they saw us. That we are people that are not consistent. You come, you use one thing and say, just like the way also they renditioned our leader, thinking that as they rendition him, we cannot do anything without him. So he's everything. Without him, we'll be running round and round. Release our leader. Release our leader. Release our leader. If you don't release our leader, in a while, we will all die. The world. Do you know the embarrassment IPOB has been receiving out of this? So you people, are you people serious, self? Are you people serious? Do you think freedom fighting is only a lies on one person? Once they hold him hostage, now you people will stand still. If you come out, now you wait until if he comes out, now you continue. Do you think, get out? Do you know how many places they have kicked the IPOB leadership out? Say, you people are just noisemakers, I beg. Do you know what you're doing? Do you think, do you know what is freedom? If they know that they continue, they start lecturing the leadership. If they know that, if your enemy know that that thing that you cherish the best, they hold it, do you think that they will release him? That without it you cannot move on. They will use it to blackmail you, to hold you hostage. But when you fall, you fight and disregard and feel that not that it's a strategy. You move on and say, no, come on, let's go on. Your enemies will now see that you don't even regard it as dementing. That you have continued moving. They will start pursuing you to beg. I beg. May we negotiate now? I beg. But once they see that, they are holding the apple of your eye. So without it, you can't do nothing. Hey, now release it, because that's what some people want. If Mazi Jonathan come on every time, say, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi. I'm not going to catch up late. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you think the world will take you serious? Are we here for entertainment? Do you think that we are here for entertainment? We are people where life is being lost. Do you think that we are here for entertainment? Do you think that we will leave things that, our works and the things that we're supposed to do at this time, coming on radio, doing things, contributing our quota without receiving anything? Do you think it's an entertainment that we are here? It's not entertainment. Do you think so? We're in a serious business. So we must do it the right way. Either we get it or all of us perish. That is it. I am telling you. This is not the time of sentiment. We must continue walking towards our destination. How will you imagine Nnamdi Kanu na yozi ngwa bia were ne ya bikon kai yon kota bikon kota ngwa question chere no obene ngwa leno ya leader now leno. Okay, that is how it's supposed to be. Not rolling around and round and round. Some one Kanu family, how will they handle their social media? All the photo of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu video. Hey, now we will never leave our leader, but this struggle is more than anybody. For your information. If you get what I'm saying, you get it. If you misinterpret it, that is, I don't care. Because we all have stakes in this struggle. Are you hearing me? We all have stakes in this struggle. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And this, what we are doing things to succeed. Not to maybe tell you so that to satisfy one person or some group of people. And no buy no. We tried, I used to say it. We have Igbo people have thousands and thousands of reasons to justify failure. Not this time, or not IPOB. We fell, or we fell. No, or we succeed, and we are not going to fail. That's it. So, this mentality of justification of failure. Nah, I don't get that time. Onye jide leader now. See, no, we move on. Come on, move on. Let us continue what we are doing, and our action will release Nnamdi Kanu. That is it. That is it. Man, I know now. Bari pokro kandino na cage. Hey, wo ke onye neche. I need to release Nnamdi Kanu because that's how they want us to be. That is exactly what our enemies want us to be. The way they want us to behave. Okay, man, wait. You wait there forever. You wait there forever. Because I'm an ejigin man, I'm mad at na ihe ejigin na igbo hepu gawara onwe gị sị na jijin ọkwụwe m ka ọnụ na jijin nke a ka ha asịzie na wow ana yozi na achọ ka ụta ga-eche ejide ndị a. That is how it is. And we must continue. Reacting to what was discovered during, I'm still reading, during the raid of the forest, the market and their surroundings, Governor Oti said 50 decomposing and 20 headless bodies were found around Log Panther Cattle Market in Omunochi Council area, saying the raid was an eye-opener and a tip of an iceberg of what could be found in many other forests and bushes in the zone, going by the pains inflicted on residents and visitors to the area in the last 3 years. If this thing is found near Sabongeri in the north, in Kaduna, tell me what will be the fate of Igbos. The whole northern, they will display it in CNN, even against let me tell you. I'm saying the northerners, they are more mature politically. They are smarter politically than us. You can counter me when the lines are open, but I'm saying it. The moment what you will see, one Alhaji will sponsor, buy CNN and say, come, video this, with his money. In order to show that to demonize us. No kwandi igbo na-egbu onye ọwụ na north ihe niile a na-asị na ọwụ terrorist this and now kwandi igbo to demonize us. Some few northerners don't mind, they don't care, spending their own money, bringing media, international media, paying millions of dollars, they don't care. Can our people spend money on this type of thing? Our people, they don't even understand it because our people have traders, mercantile mentality. Something they will invest, they will not get anything, any return. You tell them to Igbo billionaire to go carry, to lobby so that they will carry CNN, even if it means paying CNN to come, so that the whole world will see. Washington Post say, come, I will pay, name your price, but I want you to see this. This is how people survive. This is politics. But our people know it? No. What they want is something they will invest money. Now they collect it back and make gain, get gain and benefits. That is what matters. That is why I say I will, minus in politics. Politics of collective survival, I will zero. If it is this kind of thing, by now it is still making headlines in international news headlines. You know that? Demonizing us. So that even they don't mind, they will be bringing Chinese and they will be saying it in Chinese, talking it in Chinese. They will sponsor. It will be sponsored by individuals in the Fulani hierarchy. They don't mind. Bring Swahili people. And they will be telling them in their language. You will not know. And you will not know. They will be speaking it in their local news papers or news media in different languages. Now, our people say, there are a set of people na lendi na here. But those our people care. Hey, Chineke, Jesus. I used to pass here, so this is what. Hey, Jesus. Hey, thank you, Jesus. You saved me. You save me, or you save my soul, you save my body from this man. You don't care. The following day, Oga, testimony. He don't care again. Nothing. Call someone. Is it our billionaire? He say, Igbo billionaire. He say, come on, invest. How do we, lobby news so that they will get this news, spread it out in order to tell the world that these are the people, terrorists that are terrorizing our life. You would ask you, how much will I get back? If I invest $1 million, how much will I get back? I was thinking, now your brothers, now my brothers, I'll be waiting. I beg. This mentality. So we must change. By fire, by force. Or I know what that is the thing. The funniest part of it is that only one person. Everybody with this thing. If you want to bring out, for example, there is a friend, he was crying now, wow, old woman, he want to bring to Kobia little, hey, how can he spend, he don't have anybody in Lagos, and even he hate that Lagos. He have to take a flight, old woman like that, flight, or be Lagos. Ona lakwa la ona joy la now. Had it been that ana ibe ya wura say yes on afonya on za. O so mo. Joy la now okwa. O achowa kwa o target shi me here na Lagos. O do man o ga no na Lagos na emukwa. Na e wuru na enwere flight direct now. Direct the east. O carry kabo apukwa Lagos emukwa nke. See now. Oh, yeah, in our fight, do you see? Until we see that, look, now here our general common problem. Now we solve it. This is what we preach here, and nothing more. Nothing more. Let us solve our problems as a social, as it affects us. It is our collective problem. Some people say, no, it never concern me. No, I'm worthy. I have money, so it doesn't concern me as an individual. Hey, now let me go to this hour. I will just take I will not read the whole press release on 27th. But there's something I want to bring out there, please. There's something I want to bring out there. In the IPOB press release of the 27th of August 2024, because I took time to read some comments where Mazi Chinedu put it in his timeline. I took small time to read some comments of our people. Now I see that some people might take it as it is controversial, but no. You need to understand what the leadership is doing. Please. Please. There are many things that are happening on the ground. Why sometimes I don't too much vex for many of our people, even in this struggle. Some people are acting, people act due to the level of information they have. That is reality. It's in the world, it's like that. Information you have, you act through that. That is it. There are some privileged information that you will have. Maybe others don't have it. And it's not something you come out to speak. That's why I cook sometimes and I talk why you understand? So that our people will understand. He said IPOB commends Evangelist Ebukobi for relocating Zion Ministries headquarters to Alibo and calls on others to do the same job. IPOB. Let me tell you this, because this is where I'm going to conclude on today's broadcast before opening the lines. In as much as we are on the awakening, talking about religion, what religion is doing in our land. Listen, IPOB is now a government in our land. When IPOB comes and say, our people should please don't do this, they respect. Which means IPOB is controlling our land. Are you hearing me? And we must accompany everybody. IPOB leadership must accompany everybody. Both non-IPOB members, both Mandia, Ramandi, because everybody is a citizen. For your information, I used to hold a Saturday's program. Yes. Which is enlightenment, which we must continue. We don't stop it. But in this case, I want people to understand the brain behind this. This our brother Evangelist Ebukobi, he has influence, considering the number of people he is commanding. Listen to me attentively. His action of relocating, it doesn't matter how we see it, down there, it will encourage other people to do the same. Because IPOB has been calling, look, relocate to home, because we want to prove a point. You know, even on my Saturday, on my program sometimes, I used to say, look, I used to praise the Yoruba pastors. Sometimes. You know, I used to praise them in their knowledge or in their tactics, that they are building empires for future in their churches and all in Yoruba land. You hear what I'm saying? Am I encouraging it? The answer is no. But it is when they build all these things there in Yoruba land, everybody, including from every part of the world, including our people, we now continue to, sending money onto all those places outside our land. You see? So, I'm not talking about detail of their because Ebukobi is not Christianity anyway. He is part of it. But when we come to the details, it's another thing altogether. We must continue firing it until the gullibility in our land is spreading. Our people will remove them. We open eyes. We never stop. But I want people to understand the angle. IPOB leadership is coming. His attitude, which means he obeyed the order or the appeal, because it's an appeal. He obeyed the appeal of IPOB. That one is great. Do you know that? And it will also inspire others. But some people that are selling motor parts, it can inspire them. Say, nah, if this man with his winning a Lagos support, nah, I can do it also. So it's something that needs encouragement. It's not about the doctrine, no. Our people, now we continue firing them in what they are doing. You understand me? It is not the IPOB is leading both in the now Radio Biafra London we continue opening the eyes of our people so that you have options. Do you remember when Father Mbaka, during his own ordeal in the hands of Buhari, when Lai Mohammed wanted to blackmail him, thinking that IPOB would be against him, because they know that we are preaching against all those people spreading gullibility in our people. So they want to use that opportunity. Let me tell you, politics is everything. If IPOB leadership will not be able to maybe apply politics, which means they cannot lead. Mazi Nnamdi can that day. A newspaper everywhere, Nigerian newspaper. So Baka went to beg. Now wow, pastor. Hey, they have been revealed to him. He was going underground begging for contract. Now wow. We are waiting. People, we are waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and condemn him on air. To say, hey, I told you, these are gullible people. They, see him, shame unto you. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and disappointed many. He told the Nigerian government, say, why are you telling us that, Baka is going to beg for contracts? He's just taking a crumb. What you people are Fulani doing in our land? Stealing our thing. So he has right even to go there openly to do anything. Or call your own hands down. A mature people now saying, nah, this man of mine here. Do you see that? Do you see that knowledge? Our people should not think that no, you be like this, and the leadership will come and go. No, we know. Whoa, no. If you are in a position of responsibility, you act like that. Are you hearing me? People should not expect the IPOB leadership to come to start talking like the way some of our brothers used to talk on social media. If you're in a position of responsibility, your word is heavy. It's heavier than others. Anything you talk, they will take it. They will hijack it. Anything you do is under scrutiny. Do you understand that? That's why, the noble family, he say, commend the proactive decision by the founder of Zion Ministry, Evangelist Ebuko, being relocating his Zion Ministry headquarters to Alibo. What is wrong in it? One, we have been shouting here, people bring their investments home. This man, he have his investment. It's investment. He also proved a point that the church is investment, so bring it home. Now, why people say no? I know watch is we can also talk and criticize where necessary. That is how knowledge, that is how politics go. That is how it is. But then Onelu say, Chakara say, hey, no, why? Don't come. Do you know what is going on underground? Do you know? If maybe I didn't tell you about how what is the name of this senator that was thanked by our law. If you are not told that he is the person, look at what happened. Maybe you'll be attacking a law, say, are you compromised? You're talking of let me tell you, everybody is working. You might see it as maybe he did it for his own political, in order to score political point. Yes. Everybody has his own interest. We can benefit. If he's taking his interest, we also grab our interest. That is how the world works. That is why you see, we are talking about, some people talk about Russia and all. Let me tell you, Russia is not even coming to help Mali or Burkina Faso or any person they are helping in Africa that out of love. No. They want to score a point. It is their interest also. You understand? They want it is to count. Do you know that also Russia were handy? Russia was handy in defeating America in Afghanistan. That put Afghanistan to power. Do you know that? Is it? Do you need a soothsayer to come and tell you, or record science to come and tell you? Do you know that? That is how the world works. There is no permanent enemy, no permanent friend, but permanent interest. If this person is coming, calculating in his interest, that's why you are also equal human being. You will also play your game. in order to grab your interest. Lolo Kanu, Lolo Uchechi Kanu, she grabbed her interest. Yes, this is a politician. Maybe he want to showcase that he love IPOB. Yes, no problem. In order to buy IPOB's mindset. You understand? By helping Lolo. Now Lolo also grabbed that opportunity and go and went and saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the husband, and deliver message. So it's a win-win situation. Only an actual interest here. Only an his own thing, own interest. I want to hear the love or hatred there. So don't think that maybe Russia coming to help or being with a Mali is out of law. Nothing is done in this world, love. It's about interest. So if people are coming for their interest, maybe they want to use it to also counter the influence of the West in the Sahel. Okay. You fall also. You fall to them and use their think tanks also in order to get what you can from them. Grab it. That is how. So that tomorrow, even if they disappoint you, also stand. You can be able to stand on your feet. That is how the world works. So, what am I trying to say? This press release, I don't see anything bad on it. He has a courage. Somebody with that, I am not for his doctrine or anything or religion. No. But that action is that what is commendable. It will inspire many other people to say, now, if this man can do it, who am I? I can relocate my business. Do you see that? It becomes win-win. Are you hearing me? Now, if you also continue in our land, we will not stop. But that time he's in our land. That is the thing. And people will be seeing what we are talking. That is it. So don't expect anything. The leadership will come and start fighting. No. This is a put wage. No, don't come. We don't need you. No. Do you know that even in that Lagos? What about the different people that they are businessmen that are doing? Maybe you see their businesses. What is giving them money? Maybe is the counterfeiting. What is giving in Lagos? Let me tell you, what is giving them money is different things. That is also kind of illegal. All of them, they are welcome because in a society, that is how it is. You have the good and the bad. You have only, you will be checkmated in our own. So everybody will be coming. Because money should be flowing. We want money to flow. And we continue talking to our people, exposing the evil of religion in our life. It will not stop. But his action of taking that step is a bold step. It's a step in the right direction. Do you know that? It's a step in the right direction. I don't go into detail of what he is this and that. This is what we talk. When we talk about religion, we are not talking about one person. Are you hearing me? We are not talking about one person. So I don't see the reason why, although you have your right in order to criticize, to talk anything on somebody's platform, it is your right to comment. You hear me? It is your right. But I want people to understand the brain, because IPOB is leading everybody, both ndị ụka, both ndị ọgọmmụọ, both ndị ọgọ gịrị osisi, both ndị ọgọ Hindu, both ndị enwere onye anyị jụrụ. Even thieves in Lagos, as long as they are Biafrans, thieves, Lotanulo. Do you hear me? Lotanulo. In every society, and everything. Because everybody will be playing role. That is it. It justifies our call, clarion call. He hearkened for it. He hearkened to it. And IPOB gave a press statement. You don't expect IPOB leadership to come and start be talking like one of our brothers. Yes, we love him too. But he is not meeting Let me tell you, IPOB is meeting world countries. IPOB is meeting diplomats. So you don't expect the person that is not, you just teaching, doing, you don't expect action to be the same. There is a way you will behave. Now, in this 21st century, it will backfire on you as responsible leadership. It will backfire on the whole movement. Say, so you are now segregated. You never even have your country. You are already fighting against this or that. What about when you have your country? Do you see? That is sense of responsibility. Are you hearing me? So our people should understand this. There are sometimes, in a country, even in everything, sometimes politics is involved. You play politics in order to pass that situation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu played it with Father Mbaka, and it worked very wonderful. People clapped and said, "Now," later clapped and said, "Nah, what a sound judgment from this man. He's too knowledgeable, too smart. He didn't fall into the trap. Now, why are you castigating this press release? Why do you think that it is not worth it?" It is the same thing. It is the same thing. He brought his investment home, inspiring others to do so. Are you hearing me? So, what is it? Now, that investment, now we will look into it as time goes on. We continue, we will not stop. But he is back home. And you see it. Do you see which means it's an investment. And he has brought it. The same way motor spare parts dealer can bring his investment. So all our investments, it tallies even with what we are preaching. That religion or business. So that is it. It's commendable. It's a win-win situation. So sometimes there are things you don't expect IPOB leadership to take it in that way. You must see it, No. The more we go, the more we understand. The way you want it, we cannot be fighting everybody at the same time. You wear yourself out. And in this 21st century, it's mostly Aruche. Yeah, we we play, we hammer, we shout, talk, but there is a place he can reach you. Also, the leadership will play politics. I can find that place. And get more souls, get more hearts. Are you hearing me? If had it been law church, I used to give example of what happened, reality that you saw. Had it been when law church came back to see our leader in DSS dungeon, and he tried the normal way, nothing, no person was able. They block him. The siblings of our leader block him, say he cannot. Or now he went back with annoyance. When they recommend him, say, "Come and meet this politician." He said, "No, I don't have any communion with politicians. No, they are evil." Who is stupid? And she will go. She will go back. Nothing. No, I don't have any communion with you. No. Imagine, I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you example for you to understand. Imagine. How, if you hear it, how will you say, and she will go back without nothing. And everything, the whole money spent on flights and hotel, everything, just go like that. Oh, if you see her, will you praise her? Will you tell her, "Oh, she is knowledgeable"? The answer is no. You have to use anything to get what she wants. You don't discriminate and say, "No. No, he's a politician. I cannot even anything she can do with me. No. Anything she can do for me, I will not accept." No. That is not true. Please. It shouldn't be so. Let us understand how to play things sometimes. Allow the leadership to do their thing. Allow them. Leave them. They know what they are doing. You know, you as an individual, the way you are seeing things is not the way the leadership is seeing things. Otherwise, what is the difference? They are looking at issues holistically. Whereas, one, as an individual, you might be seeing things with sentiment and in little information you have, which shouldn't be, you know, it's not the same thing. So, you don't know this press release. You don't know what the good result it will bring. You don't know. Do you? You don't know. Oh, so oh, okay. Do you think that many of these people Hannah support what we are doing openly in a way, one way or the other? Do you think that they will just come be saying it? No, because they are afraid of their investment in Nigeria, and rightly so. Are you hearing me? And rightly so. So you don't expect them to come openly. No. So we need to apply wisdom. This shows that IPOB, we are in control. Our people listens to us. That is a position of honor, responsibility that we should never allow to be destroyed. Because this is a movement. This is a gigantic movement. Are you hearing me? So please, our people should apply wisdom in everything. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that our people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I will be right back. Please do not go away.
Hello and welcome to Universal Heritage Television Nigeria. My name is Afam Echi, your host. It is yet another edition of our Face-to-Face on UHTV Nigeria. Face-to-Face on UHTV Nigeria is our personality interview program. And today we have as our guest academician Philip Njemanze. Philip Njemanze is a prominent Owerri citizen from Owerri Nchise. He is a pro-life champion. He's an author, he's a scientist, he's a researcher, he's a rights activist, and so many other things I cannot mention right now. Prof, you are welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Above all, I'm a doctor.
Oh yeah, sorry, I omitted that. He's a medical practitioner in Owerri. Yes. Yeah. And he's today going to talk about an impending danger that is hovering around medical doctors in Nigeria. I think it is better he says it. Please remember to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube platform. My name again is Afam H. Doc, I want to ask, recently you raised an alarm through a letter you transmitted to the National Assembly, the Senate specifically. And in that letter, you touched the whole world. You copied the UN, you copied ILO, you copied the Conference of Bishops in Africa, Asia, Europe. You touched everywhere in the world. And you talked about a planned genocide of doctors in Nigeria. It's very disturbing. Can you explain or expand on that and let us know what is happening really?
Yes, thank you very much for highlighting this issue. The alarm was raised again because we've talked about this in the past, that when the Global Fund, through the Federal Ministry of Health, started sending people for the third survey of health professionals and private health institutions, they were going around collecting data of location and personnel in all private hospitals in Nigeria. And this data they are actually collecting, that's totally unconstitutional. You cannot collect private data for any purpose, first, without seeking the consent of the organizations involved, personal consent of the people involved, and explaining to them what this data is for. One, a foreign agent cannot collect data in Nigeria. So the Global Fund, funded by Bill Gates, has no locus to collect any data because health is national security, and the data is protected under the 1999 Constitution. So they were not supposed to do that in the first place. Now, let's see the history of this data collection. They had approached the association. Then I was the chairman of the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, Imo State, and we went to a national council, national executive meeting in Aba, and they came there to ask us that they want to collect data from the Global Fund funded by Bill Gates.
Just a minute, sir. Is it the Bill Gates group that approached, or they approached you through an intermediary?
No, the Bill Gates group was funding an NGO who came to make a presentation at the National Executive Council meeting, telling us they want the data to make yellow pages. Yellow pages, and this was for doctors. And what was this? Yellow pages for doctors, so that they can have a directory where all the doctors are. Now they were asking for a number of things. They were asking for photographs, they were asking for fingerprints with biometric data, and they were asking for location, how many staff, who are the staff, the telephone numbers, and all that. We patiently had them out. And after that, hearing them out, we now told them to excuse us, and they left. And when they left, we now started putting things together. First of all, it would be illegal under medical ethics to have such a directory because called yellow pages, because that will be primarily advertising, which is not allowed ethically. Secondly, they were a foreign agent because they have no right. This is national security. Just like going to a police station, I want to know all the policemen here, all the police stations, where their locations are, their phone numbers, and all that. The Nigerian police will just arrest you for doing that, even asking them. So the same thing is health. Health is under national security and is all protected. If you were to have the information of all the police locations, you can wipe out the police, so they will not get protected. The same thing if you were to know all the locations and telephone numbers of the doctors and the health personnel, you can also wipe the whole health personnel. And what will happen? So we will not have a health system. Then we have to now depend on a foreign health system, which we do not know the consequences. So when we noticed that this was happening, and coincidentally, we now got a message, an SOS message from Benue, that in Moko, a town in Benue, that a pharmacist, a famous pharmacist, was killed by the doctors. So now, that's what was alleged. And so now, a group of mercenaries of Boko Haram, they call them, we are now seeking all the doctors to kill them. And the doctors had gone into hiding. So we now...
When did this happen?
This happened that was in 2013, I think. And then we said, wait a minute, how come? They said, no, there was a professional feud that the doctor said that the pharmacist was attending to and taking away their patients, and the pharmacist denied it, and all of a sudden they killed they alleged that the doctors killed the pharmacist, and now the pharmacist and their association hired some mercenaries to go and kill the doctors. So we now understood that actually this was a setup, and a well-conspired setup by the
people who were talking to us, the Bill Gates organization, and they were using their mercenaries to attack doctors. So we really understood that the people who were talking to us were, even before they got a formal cooperative MOU from us to participate in their program, they were already going to the fields and collecting data, because the doctors didn't know, who in different localities didn't know exactly what this was all about. And then we now realize the plan that they were building up a
database.
Yes, a GPS guided mapping, as they called it, the mapping of all the hospitals and the health professionals, and using the GPS in their phones to be able to track all the doctors and the medical personnel. They have their numbers. So this raised an alarm, and we were able to alert people, and all of a sudden, under the Buhari administration, things seem to have piped down. Now, immediately after Buhari's administration came to an end, they came up again with the so-called third phase of this survey. So this whole new program is what they are on now, to map and target and kill the doctors. This was exactly what they did for the farmers. Bill Gates donated, in quote, 14 million cell phones, which they call the electronic wallets. The idea was that they were going to give 2 billion naira loan or grant to farmers. What the plan, as far as the doctors are concerned, is that the doctors of Nigeria are the people who should, according to their plan, collect the eggs of women, which will now be used for the cloning procedure we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. And this is what I want to explain, what this is all about. Okay. Now, what the West is looking at is that they envisage a new human industry. The new human industry will make it possible to replace organ parts of sick people, instead of continuously taking drugs for any medical condition. So what that means is that if you have a heart disease and you go to a doctor, the doctor will could take a sample from that your diseased heart, send it to the biotech companies, which are actually, most of them in this category are owned by Bill Gates. They will now clone exactly that heart of that person. And how will they do this? They will take the cell the doctor sent them and remove the nuclear material, that's the nucleus that has all the genetic information. Now, they will get the egg of a woman, or eggs of women, because they will need several eggs for this. They will remove the nucleus on that egg and then transfer the nucleus from that disease heart into that egg. So that's what we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. So when they transfer it, and then they keep it in a culture to grow into a heart, replicating the exact heart of that diseased person. But now that heart will be brand new without disease. They can now send that heart back to the doctor, and they will now implant it into the patient. And of course, the person must have paid maybe $2 million or $1 million or whatever the cost involved. But this process of doing this is a manual process. That means making this transfer into the egg of a woman. So the eggs of women could be taken in hundreds just to do one procedure. So they will need about 100 million eggs, which will come from 10 million women. So when they looked at the map of the world and saw where on earth can we get up to 10 million women to donate egg?
Okay, so they find Africa as and Nigeria as a resource base for that purpose.
Yes. When they looked at Nigeria, it looked very much promising for them. Okay. So Nigeria has the population over 250 million people, about that now.
Yeah, Prof. You see, this thing is very. Why is this thing? I want to find out. Is this effort by Bill Gates restricted to Nigeria, or are there other African countries or other parts of the world that are being affected by what they are doing?
The planned genocide is restricted to Nigeria, but one has to understand, why do they need to kill the doctors? They kill the farmers because they wanted to make sure they eliminate all the seed growers in the country. So when they eliminate the seed growers, the natural seeds will never be available again. And how they did that was very simple. What they did was that they just gave 14 million cell phones to all Nigerian farmers, so they could track those people who were being paid for seeds. So when other farmers go to them, they go to buy seeds, and then they know that this person was being paid for seeds, so he's the one selling the seeds. So they now use the GPS coordinates on these so-called electronic wallets, which are just cell phones, to target all of them and eliminate them. When you eliminate the natural seed growers, there will be no other alternative to the GMO, genetically modified organisms, foods and seeds. So they brought these seeds as improved seeds. The other farmers, they drove them into IDP camps and came to these IDP camps under the different NGOs and international agencies and presented these GMO seeds. So the farmers will now leave, they will temporarily halt their military activities in those areas, so the farmers will go and resettle. When they resettle, they start planting the GMO seeds. Once you plant the GMO seeds that first time, that first seed you get from that your maize, if you eat it, that will be the last you are going to eat. Because if you take the seed from that GMO corn and plant it, it will not grow. The gene that allows replication has been switched off. So you have to go back to the person who produced the initial seed. That is, in this case in Nigeria, it will be Monsanto. They will now use them to reproduce these seeds. So these seeds are what actually makes the agricultural produce to move on. So they are using this technique to eliminate all the natural seed growers. And then when the remaining farmers don't have any other place to get seeds than to go to them, to go to them for that. Now, where do the doctors come in? The doctors come in the fact that when they capture the food security, which they actually have done now, because most of the seed growers have been killed. Just to give you an example, between 2015 and 2018, 37,500 victims were killed by Boko Haram. These were farmers. Then of these 37,500, 32,000, that's 85% were Muslims. 5,500 were Christians. And in states like Zamfara, 60% of the victims were Hausa, 40% were Fulani. So it became clear that this has nothing to do with Islamic terrorism. It has to do with elimination of all the seed growers. Now they have eliminated the seed growers. Now they're moving into the second phase of their program. Now, when the farmers go to them, we now depend exclusively on the GMOs.
So you mean we now depend on GMOs right now?
Exactly. Because without the GMOs, you cannot really get seeds, unless we are getting seeds from different African countries and some places. Some places in the south, especially southwest, and some parts of southeast, we can still get our own seeds because the Boko Haram have not really infiltrated them. But they are trying to do that. So what is happening now is that they want to move into the next phase. The next phase is whereby they will have total monopoly of the seeds. And then they will tell the farmers, you want us to give you seed? Okay, we can give you seed, but on the premise that you must tell your wife and daughters to go and donate their ovarian eggs.
That's a conditional gift. No?
Conditional gift. Food, that is, if you want food, you have to donate ovarian eggs, the eggs of women. And why do they have to do that? They have to do that because the Western countries need these ovarian eggs for cloning. Nigeria is the only country in the world and in the history of the world which has legalized collection of organs without consent. So your organ, which you own, which is your person, if you go to the hospital, they can collect that organ without your consent because it states in the National Health Act of 2014 and 2015, actually signed in 2015.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi and Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 28th day of August 2024. Therefore, our lines are now opened. You have had all this thing I was playing. You see the mess we are in. You see what Nigeria means for us. You see the reason why we should be in a haste to get out of this place, because our lives are not secured. You see that it is a Western, a British business center. I am telling you honestly. So you must support what we are doing. Our lines are now open. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. I repeat it again now. +1 213 328 6224. We are in a bigger mess as long as we are in Nigeria. Do you see the reason why you have terrorists, Fulani terrorists on the rampage? Do you see why they are giving order from above that nothing, they give orders to the military, Nigerian military, that they should not kill Boko Haram, they should not kill Fulani headsmen? Do you see the reason? Do you see the reason? One, they promise them that we support you till you take the whole Nigeria, Fulanization. But at the other hand, there is a much bigger plan that is more than them. That the Fulani, they will be also victims. That is what is going on. That is how the West works. They will use you. You believe that you are their friend, but their bigger picture, the bigger thing is there waiting for each and every one of us. We must do everything to get out of here. Our WhatsApp and signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a first caller already online. Caller on, let me start. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on. You are the first caller.
Yeah, Mazi Jonathan.
There was Mazi.
Yeah. Abogam ka m ike tinye ọnụ gbasara
Mazi, you don't need to explain why. You just continue. That's why you are here now.
Okay. Ihe gbasara ụmụnne anyị ndị nke nọ na Njaba. Ihe gbasara ụmụnne ndị nke nọ na Njaba. Na aka m were chọọ m ikwu okwu, chọọ m ikporo okwu ahụ na ihe gbasara aka m were nọ ha n'ime na-edistract ndị ji obi ha arụ ọrụ na ipush na ihe a na-achọ, because enweghị mgbe ihe m na-achọ ịkọwara gị n'aka m were achọ m ịbịa kpọgokwu aha because anyị nọ n'ikuku. so ọ na-eme affect ndị ji obi ha arụ ọrụ n'aka ọcha because enweghị mgbe mmadụ ga-ebilite n'aka ọ gagba azụ nke ọ ga-alụchitere nwanne ya ọgụ ya na-achọpụta na nwanne ya na-alụchitere ọgụ na arụrụ aka ọ na-egbu mmụọ enweghị ihe gburu mmụọ karịa ihe ahụ.
Eziokwu ka ikwu.
Second one.
Eziokwu ka that's why anyị ji na-asị ka anyị ji na-asị IPOB awụghọ criminality. Enwere ndị ji IPOB na-ezu oshi na-agba ama na-eme ihe niile ihe ọjọọ niile. It's not about IPOB.
Achọrọ m ka oji ruo ha aka because ana m echeta mgbe Nnamdi Kanu ka nọ na mpụta mgbe Nnamdi Kanu ka dị free ọ na-eme ihe dị otu apụta ya nọrọ n'igwe okwu ya kwuo okwu enwee changes. Achọrọ m ka oji jiri ha aka ama m na many of them wee ọkụ moto na ọkụ ụlọ na ọkụ ihe ha rige wee back ha si enweta ha reduce aka ọ na-edistọb ndị ji obi ha arụ ọrụ ọ na-emezi ndị ji obi ha arụ ọrụ ya rụzie ka ọwa so ndị a ga akpị ihe ha na-eme ka ọwa ịnọ ga-atafusi ahụhụ and onye obi ya dị ọcha na-agba mbọ onye obi ya dị ọcha were ndụ ya atụ àjà n'iro maka nnwere onwe a enwere ike ịhụ ahụ onye na-arụrụ aka ya nwekwe mmụọ onye na-emetụkwa ihe ọ na-eme ọzọ na-adọghachi mmụọ azụ personally mmụọ ụta m n'ugbo na na-enwe such feelings around me enweghị m ga-emenwu
Zudode emechakwa anyị ga-akpa n'onwe anyị ịghọtara.
Nke abụọ wụ onye izuzu kpọtara ndị na-achị efi na be anyị ụmụ ụwa ndị onye izuzu kpọtara ndị na-achị efi na be anyị n'ụmụ ụwa Uche Mbanasọ and mgbe Rochas Okorocha na-achị akpọtara ya and efi ahụ today anụbedoro efi ahụ ebe ụlọ ha ga na-anọ na-akpa aka na-akpara ha nri. Agara m obodo oyibo enwe afọ m anụ ọnwụ na n'iro bete ana m eri anụ n'obodo ahụ m nọ ya wụ na ha achọghị ime obodo organize otu ọ kwesịrị isi adị ha ka ya gbasasị obodo a onye ọnwụ na nọrọzie n'ọsọ because enweghị m ike ime mbutelala mmụọ m mmadụ bịa ya na-achọzi ka ọ kwanye gị m na gota.
Ndewo Maazị eme ị na-anụ ihe m na-ekwu? Eme sendoro m ihe na sendoro m SMS na my ebe isi akpọ na kwe na aghọta. Aghọtara m ihe
na nke ikpeazụ ọ nọghị na my agenda but all your closing topic ihe gbasara IPOB ime press release recommend Ebuka Obi na ọfịs ahụ buru bata n'Imo steeti ọ kwesịghị IPOB ekwesịbeghị ime any press release to recommend him because enwebeghị ihe anyị hụrụ omege ọ dị n'ụzọ dị mma ji ala nga ọ ga-aga gbuwara ha chọrọ iji mere biznes ha onye ọna dị awe nọ ihe ha mege enwebeghị ihe arụrụ n'ala ahụ IPOB emenwe press release emenwe to recommend him ya wụ na ha adịghị proud of support IPOB publicly na mgbe IPOB na-agba mbọ maka ndị Igbo anyị enweghị any power anyị enweghị any right anyị ekwesịghị ịbịa irecommend wa ha ya go na anyị chọrọ ịhapụ ha ka ha na-eme their thing anyị ekwesịghị ịpụta publicly na-release any press release ọwa dishonour ibisef o mere anyị sef anyị dịkwa more weak na push her away. Number one, why fix better our structure of Igbo and our own tradition, how to make our things be working to be working perfectly on us. Now, Hebrew lose or bring happy with their own political crowd, make video post everywhere with all the guy around. Now, IPOB may press release to recommend them.
Mazi,
then I want to why I know by focusing because of the I push cameraman when they got daughter. Then actually, I'm sure the majority of the reasonable people among the Igbo tribes and the people who they Diego Monde make a business and who wanna call. I'm on that crowd. But if a press release to recommend or to how will I put it to thank that particular young man or old man, boy, that normally brewing here but by all the too early because I want to make sure that I have a man with issue.
Mazi,
first one, nke izowo chere ewekweliwe nke izowo na ha ndị gbara mbọ make sure that na Peter Obi kparịga ndị ụka ahụ ndị gbara mbọ ime na Peter Obi ka enwu na-eji pressure Peter Obi were butụtalụ ihe a na-eme na be Peter Obi a succeed then ọkwa the same pressure ha jikwara eme ihe ahụ pressure ka anyị jikwara na-abakfaya ha then ha werekwala ya na divert or indirectly to Imo State gọọmenti ugbu a na ka e werekwa ya were nye ha ala from there na ha eburule krad ha na-ebulitezi egwu na I like them this earlier recommendation nyere ha from
Mazi awụtara m ebe na-aga mana ka m gwa gị otu ihe m ga-agwa gị ewu ịma ọ wụrụ ihe niile ka a na-eme that is why I'm just saying na politics dị mma ime apply sometimes ihe mere encourage wụ ka ndị ọzọ ṅomie ya enwekwara n'ebe IPOB leadership na-aga enwere ebe ọ nidere onye nwere ihe a onye nwere sharp vision or sharp understanding ịghọta ọ bụrụ na ihe a enwere ebe IPOB na-aga the leadership na-aga kwe na aghọta so the thing nọ n'ime ya no matter in everything because ihe a ọgụda egbochi anyị na-ekwu ihe anyị na-ekwu ị na-eme otu anyị si eme in everything ekwena ka o mee gị get the week no mba that is which means people like this na-emekwe honor IPOB's appeal. That is not he got what time. Because I know quite change. And in your minute, how can make when the also many other people encourage you na ebonya when he came in na na Queen water. So I want na aga hapukwa release or relax or na otaishi se kuku or no mba. But no that at least that here our example. No matter what. Yeah, akwa kurum ihoro gem kuru about lolo na Ifanyoba. I don't Ifanyoba ma ho ome. Ifanyoba akporo lolo uche Kanu. Ebe agbaligoro ihe niile ndị ụmụnne onye ndị si anọ change ha ahụ ya ha block na ọgọdọ ahụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and onye ha tinyere aha no way and Ejiofor awụrụ na barrister Ejiofor no buru dia onwe ha ihe ndị a mere they cannot do anything so ihe mezi no ebe a na-agbagharịzi frantically ọkwa onye a politician ọkwa some of the people ndị anyị na-akpọkwa ihe na-emekwa ọkwa ya akwa na otu mba ya ga shere lọlọ aka shere aka like this kpọrọ gaa na office bichi the overall head of DSS si le I'm senator here ịghọtara so enwere otu ihe na-eshi eme sometimes kwa ọ wụrụ ihe niile ka anyị ga-emewe dewa so this thing it will sometimes backfire so all this let Ifeanyi Oba kpụrụ onye akwa onye anyị na-asị na arụ that lọlọ si onye awa onye zoo politician ndị awụ ndị ahụ adọnụọ ama enwere ihe o bu n'uche no sometimes ọ wụrụ ihe o bu n'uche mana ka anyị na-ele anya mana ihe o mere direct ka anyị were godo advantage ya were chọta ihe anyị chọga ịghọtara na ọkpụrụ lọlọ chire n'aka kpụrụ ya gaa dị ya gakwu n'ọfịs onye overall DSS ya achọrọ m onye aga ahụ dị ya na ọ dị ya n'ọsị onye ọ dadara ekpofu ndị a sị ka onye na-eresịrị no need people need anything onye akpọrọ ya agaghị dị ya direct ịhụ na also of another situation mana ndị ọkwa one of the people many of us na-apụta hey zoo politician ndị Igbo you are sabotage you are this and that so ka ị were hụta enwere sometimes politics matters otu anyị si ahụ ihe as ihe a the leadership na-ahụ more than enwere ha na-ehold taste ihe ọ na ha mere ihe ọ na ha dere ha na-ele anya holistically because enwere ihe ọ na-drive mana ogbochi ihe anyị na-preach no it may affect anything kwe na aghọta so all that action first action a ga-etinye ụkwụ ọ ga-enye people motivation others motivation a na-alọta and the more a na-abata the more people na-abata the more a ga-adị force imo Owerri airport bụrụ for example whether one flight in a day or how many ọ ga-adị isi ọlọchọ ịpụ ịga ime travel gawa Port Harcourt or gawa Asaba how long Man, I go with a banner on over in order to last so when you got a bow from over a fly out to Lagos. So, or may traffic de here. So, all this thing, at least that clarion call, oh, show the example, here we buy Jikodo. That is number one thing. You understand? So, I did not disappointed anyhow, please. And that is what I'm saying. And there, woman, they come up with a beacon. I don't know, you understand? Mazi, Mazi, okay, I think I have it. Caller, let me go direct to caller. People are calling. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, Jonathan, Dewo.
Udo Drege, Mazi. Udo Drege.
Yeah, Excelency, and I'm happy because I know that when they say you always come up. Luckily, I got a response from you on Facebook, so that's how I know. I don't know why Rapture Media is no more.
Okay, Mazi, it's you that I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's me that sent that message.
It's okay.
So, Mazi, let me go straight to the point.
Mazi, it's Rapture Media. Mazi, Rapture Media is on, eh?
No, they are not streaming it again. No. They are not streaming your broadcast like they used to do every Wednesday.
No, don't worry. Anytime on the line, let me tell you something. Facebook they deal with us. It's their thing anyway.
Yeah.
And they deal with us. So sometimes I need restrict viewers. And when the other them learn your whole 19,000 plays. All of a sudden, the following few hours, they are 400 and you know, so we have right from time, so don't worry about it. Go on.
Yeah, and sometimes I think they deliberately block all the listeners from getting notification.
They do.
Anyway, we must continue, Mazi.
Yes.
So let me go straight to the point, Mazi. I tried many times in your last program to communicate, but millions of calls didn't allow me in. Emma, I don't want first thing, Mazi, I don't want to go to that previous caller who is talking about Ebukobi because there's a whole lot of politics surrounding it. If I don't want all the conversation to go towards there. Mazi, I want to ask a question, Mazi. ESN, they are almost succeeded. Let me say 75 to 90% successful rate in removing those Fulani Marudas. To the extent that we are now seeing the effect of our farmers bringing food, harvesting their crop. To God be the glory. All praises to ESN and our eternal leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But, Mazi, I want to ask, do you know that Fulani, they are working with some informants, filtrating inside Igbo land, everywhere, kidnapping within the cities. So, in Najubu, is it not better they can dispatch some of the ESN in a way to cleanse? People cannot travel from Enugu to Suka, from Enugu to Aba, from Aba to Were. You know, all those small Enugu to Onitsha, Enugu to Abakiliki, all those highways, it has been infiltrated by so many kidnappers. Mazi, there's something I sent on Radio Biafra WhatsApp. I don't know if somebody looked at it. Anyway, there's a way some of our people who are evil, bad eggs, they are now becoming informants to those Fulani headers. I don't know if this thing can be done. It will help because they are picking people like crayfish. There's one, if you check that WhatsApp, you will see a known and a renowned medical doctor, a consultant. He was picked somewhere in Enugu. Maybe you will look at it and know if that will make sense. So my opinion is, if the leadership can bring part of it, all you need is 2 or 3 people. They will follow them inside that forest and end them because those kidnappers, they are not experts in our rainforest. How come they will come and hide somewhere and some evil ones will be giving them information to go and be kidnapping? If they hear that one big man is traveling from Enugu to Onitsha, they will lay the person and pick the person on the way. It's very, very sad and appalling. Then,
of course, thank you.
Finally, Mazi, Yeah. Finally, Mazi, one thing I want to discuss about our general problem, Boo. What we solve our general problem, Boo, military solution. Mazi, every time I just sit down, I will be daydreaming. I'll ask myself, how can I metamorphose into a military person and emulate and do that thing that this guy, Traore, did in Burkina Faso? Mazi, do you know that, yes, I was listening to our brother Nonsonkwa today. He was criticizing and saying that people who are calling for military, they don't know what military is. Now that I'm grown, I now realize that those days of Babangida, Abacha, Buhari, do you know that Westerners who never like military in power, they will use all their media propaganda to blackmail them to the fullest. And everybody will just
as they did Abacha. Abacha is, if not the best head of state in Nigeria. I'm telling you. Because he said no to the West.
Exactly, man.
Yes, go on.
Not all militaries are bad. Look at this guy this Traore in Burkina Faso. Do you know that when I was listening to our brother Nonso said, but he is a good military because DBC has not criticized him. Something that pinched me and said, okay, because Traore entered there, he banned France 24, he banned Britain, he checked America, all the Western allies, they removed them. So they don't filter those blackmailing messages through their media to the ears of their people. That is why everybody is happy with him. Everybody, anywhere that guy steps down, everybody will be celebrating him. Now, Kake boys are the only people that can chase Westerners far away. The reason why we will continue suffering the way we are suffering is West know that without people that will come and drive them like flies, like you are chasing flies away from meat, or rotten meat, they will continue to meddle into the Zeus democracy, thereby holding everybody on the floor. The recent fake news about joining British military. Woe betide any Biafran child or any Biafran son or man that will go and sign up to that thing. Is it not the war they are fueling in West? They are joining America and supplying weapons to Ukraine. Now they now catch on they now want to recruit Biafran.
No, not all slaves. They want to recruit slaves, Mazi. Go on and round up.
It's so painful. So finally, Mazi, thank you so much. Finally, the last time that we made a broadcast, that what I wanted to say that day, which I just remember now, is, you see, unless Ndi will stand up in unity to say enough is enough, they will continue to be insulting us and demoralizing us as a defeated people. Why am I saying this thing? Remember those days that one useless Oba in Lagos said that if anybody don't vote his own candidate, he will throw all the Igbos in Lagoon. Our useless fathers in Lagos were clapping for him. Is it not the same way Obasanjo stood up and opened his dirty mouth and say he used Igbo to kill Igbos? Some useless Igbos were clapping Ogondi Igbo. Mazi, unless we come out as a block, that's why sometimes I cry, I shed tears secretly. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he's the only person that can speak, and everybody will stop all this nonsense. Tomorrow, you will see another person will stop us and insult our collective sensibility, and some gullible ones will start clapping for him. So, Mazi, I don't want to take your time too much. But let us just look into that thing I say about internal kidnapping.
That is what we preach all the time, that there is no room for criminality. Many of our people can do anything for money. You understand me? They compromise with foreigners in order to deal with their brothers and sisters. That's why we must say no to criminality. Let me tell you something. Some of all these places you hear that the Fulani men attack this and that and kill people in their villages and destroy their farms. Let me tell you, some of the villagers, these criminals that used to go in the name of IPOB, ESN, from Ekperima, is them. How metro their face. When they will come in the name of that they are Biafrans, that they are ESN, the villagers will accept them. Before you know, they start killing, they start kidnapping. The villagers will become disgustful. See, now we don't want. So, if real ESN now come, they will refuse. Say, oh boy, no, I beg, but we don't want on here. And by that time, Fulani will now have ground to go and attack them. So this is the complicated situation facing IPOB leadership. That is why we always cry and shout. At least Mazi Chinasaworo will be coming here on Saturday in order to broadcast, in order to talk to our people. Because any person that is saying, you receive reports, Mazi, I was called, or somebody called me, say, they call me, they say they are ESN, please, that we should keep money for them, otherwise they will come and burn my shops. These are criminals sent by this Ekperima in order to come to undo, to try to, confuse our people in what we are doing. That is the situation. That is the situation, please. But we must continue, because in a struggle of this magnitude, we must always expect these things like this. That is it. So, caller on, let me see. Caller on Amarachi. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, good evening, my brother.
Ndewo. Udodrege.
Ndewo, Mazi, ebe m chiri ikwu about press release emere. So, big please, Biafrans, ndewo, good evening, everyone. No na my own opinion. No man, ha na agbawo awuchi according to Mazi Jonathan. No man, anyway, I don't like pastors. I don't like him as a church. But in here, why would you kind of bahana? So, ebe mo wike na ele anya maka ihe basara press release ya. Mo wike ma agụọla this thing. So, agụọla m ya, but iwe wetụrụ m small nsi mbawo. Na ha na-agba ihe bidota ha na-agbawa uche. Nnụma na this man a na-akpọ Ebuka Obi. Onye a nwere crowd. Onye a nwere onwe ndị so nga onye awụ Jesus Christ ha. Onye awụ Lord ha, onye awụ everything ha. If say mmiri na ha aṅụ onye awụ ya. So some businessmen nwere ha na eso this man. So hotel this man bulala he ya ụlọ na, bulala ministry ya ụlọ na. Ụfọdụ mmadụ ọwụ Lord ha, Jesus Christ everything ha. Gasị papa ala ụlọ ka ha soro kwa ya ala ụlọ, buru business ha ahụ la ụlọ. Ka ha mere ka ha na ndị man na-akparịta ụka ka ha na-enweta miracle ahụ, mmụọ nsọ ahụ na-abata ha n'isi. So onye ebe a nke a na-eme nna ile anya. So ụfọdụ ga-esoro that man ebe lọtakwa ụlọ. So ụmụnne m nlelele anya sị na anyị mere ya atankịrị this man. O nwere ihe akwu na-achọ ebe na-atankị this man. Ọwụhụ maka chọọchị ahụ na-eme. No. Please,
the obedience. So say, for example, say, okay, Kamla Elton Echiriku, Kam Sonukweme. It's something. That is where it's being looked upon. That's it.
Yes. So Ogadro others nde utu ya hu nde ho Jesus Christ and ho Lord and ho everything ha drokwa bru business ha megene lotakwa ụlọ. So ụmụnne m no hapụ but I ga-ewere anya were anya dịka anya azụ watch ma this man. To me I don't like pastors. Nye basa because ha niile ucha fake nwe ihe dịka miracle ha na-eme. Nye niile business ha niile ha na-eme sha. So ụmụnne m biko nnu lewe that place. All our people because our people are too much. Has suffered too much. In a lota hana, but on the only eso, gave for the yellow because Maz, they were him to
thank you very much. You don't reggae. Maz, Hugo, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi, good evening from here. Can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go.
Thank you very much, my big brother, Mazi Jonathan. I salute you. I salute Biafrans all over the whole world, including Onion. Mazi, I was pushed to call into this program. There are some certain things I need to say, and so that our people will understand. It's a win-win for us. Sometimes our people, ma gwanda by again. I couldn't hold to more than here. And when they hear here Basra Jesus Christ so quiet. What I go and when because we don't you all no buy and we can more than shishi like that. But I'm here and Dutch album night here saishi. But on Cape coping when I to go win-win to in high natural. Una ndaba chocolate on the US bia criticize ya mba. Na we hide ya toga. Genti all win-win for us. Me chetere ndaba something. Mo ana he chofu ihe. Ono chetere mgbe onye ndu na broadcast. Ye broadcast wa ndị Fulani eje kọtụrụ na ndị Yoruba ha eje kọtụrụ some places so nwere ka obo kwuru Chineke kpọọ ha ọkụ. Ha kọtụọ ya. Maazị amamiri na ege nne na-ekwu. Ha kọtụrụ ya. Send ya ebe ha ga-esend ya ụnọ chetara mgbe onye ndị na-ekwu ihe ahụ okwu but ha ga-eje egecha broadcast niile kpatara ihe onye ndị ji kwuo ihe ahụ ebe ahụ ha eje kọtara ebe ha ma send ya na international community. Now anyị na-achọ freedom despite na ịhụrụ ọgụ Ukraine na Russia mepere m anya enwere some certain things onye ndị elu ụmụ efulefu na ha ndị autopilot na-ele ha na-amụ si na ndị a ịhụrụ ndị a these people ejile ha eji but anyị ma iburu na ituru anya ala leo ihe na-eme na Ukraine na Russia ya enweghị ihe ịmụtara ime kpaka enwere ndị a na-eche ka enwere ihe ha na-eche ju uche ihu zu ga-eji aka ha ada zu unu na ahụ ga-eji aka ha ada ebe ahụ ka chere ha ịmachi ya ọ bụrụ na ihe ha na-ele anya bụ ka anyị na-ebuko lụba ọnwụ na ha anyị ga-eti anya n'ala anyị anyị ga-eti anya n'ala anyị ndị DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị the DOS ha na-ejekwu mara kpadị n'ọkwa international community maazị amami na ihe marakwa na international community ka ha na-ejekwukwe mgbe na ị na-ekwu ihe na ha na-engage in diplomatic the communities ọkwa ndị a people lọtawagodi because ha na-ahụta that na our people nọ na mba eji egbu anyị na our land today anyị ji setụbe onwe anyị free ha na-alọta ụnụ ga-ahụ ihe dị iche na our land ụnụ ga-ahụ ihe dị iche ka ha bụrụ number one chi hapụgodi gbọbe menike Ona bi ha yidi na ekwu ihe enwere otu nunga onye ọcha metie m n'ụzọ ugbu kwue bịa sị m na religion this like nsị ya ụnụ ma ebulite mmadụ akụ ya n'ala hia mmadụ ọ na-akpọ ọrịa akwụghị gashi eju ụlọ gwa shi yes but ndị eke ebe Nigeria na-achị onye ahụ ha ji emewe fight na prayer agashi n'ụlọ shi na ọhịa anyị na-fight ọwụhụ anyị adịghị against ihe ụnụ na-ekpere ka anyị nweta ihe anyị na-achọ enwere ndị tara lema agwa gị emetiele m ndị tara ojukwu ụta na ọzọkwa ụmụnne ya ịma ihe achịrị na ọ na-ahapụ ndị amịrị onye na-akọ ahapụ bullshit ị hụrụ na atagaghị ụtọ mana nna m anụkwa na-azọ were ego nna ya ka ọ gbapụta anyị n'ohu onye jisi gị na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu si na ndị Igbo bụ eleghị ọkpụrụ ya nwozu nwa bekee ibulie ha elu ha chee ibuli na ibuda ha enwere ndebe anyị a ga na-ekwu na-akwụ ya ha aghọta ebe anyị na-eje nke ahụ 1 2 Maazị the main thing meregodi nji kpọma bụ ịkwuru sị na n'ịnọ na-eche ka ihe mere Nigeria the most important thing na-eme na Nigeria sa a na-ahụ ya ha na-unite in Igbophobia akwa ihe kwuru na ha na-unite in Igbophobia mụ na onwe m chekwara datin why Nigeria the most important thing na-eme na Nigeria sa a na-ahụ ya mana ha na-unite in Igbophobia akwa ihe kwuru na ha na-unite in Igbophobia mụ na onwe m chekwara datin why back our people ama akwụkwụrụ back our people ama akpụ iyi back ihe our people na-ama bụ otu ha ga-esi emegide ndị nke ha ụmụnne ha why njekwu legodi otu ndị ashe unite wuri Igbophobia ọpọkwa na ha makwa na Nigeria onye Igbo achịbekwa Nigeria ha makwa these people makwa na ọ bụ nkwa ndị Igbo problem mana steeti kwa ha na-adụga ya kpụrọ legodi video Maazị enwere one video mama ịhụ na the video this boy for Osha onye ikwere ngwa ndị Igbo lọkụrụ shop ha na Port Harcourt Maazị mama ịhụ na the video a na-eme this guy interview this guy asị na ndị Igbo mere meeting na egidere ha lọkụcha shop ha na ya chịrị ịzụ ihe na-ekwu okwu na a na-asọpụta aji gọọmenti of Parliament tru Maazị amam ịhụ na the video ngwa aga m esendịrị gị the video
ọwụ ihe a na-agwa ndị Igbo a na-achọ ya achọ Maazị is no more a new thing. Nigerians is foolish. It's foolishness, stupidity and gullibility. They don't care about what is going on around them. If they want to check, it's the Nigerian government, they understand the tactics. If anybody wants to look and say, what is going on, they say, don't concentrate. Look at what Igbos want to do. So the Nigerians will continue in their gullibility. As long as Igbos know, I beg, they will. So we have a church. They talk everything against Igbos. So it's no more a new thing. Mazi, please round up. People are waiting.
Yeah, so Mazi, that is the main reason why because of here preaching because I'm sending the video. Okay, watch the video. This guy happened here in Nigeria. Who is here? This is against Igbo. This guy who but all the against Igbo. Gina Jongi does or what Igbo check Nigeria. The answer So how they unite against ndị Igbo with how hala otu ha ga-eshi mee na ndị ekwule na Nigeria sa aghọtabụrụ onwe ha at least ha ghọtamana ha ebe ha na-eje too small ha eburu Igbophobia ji bịa ịhụzie nwanne gị na-akọgide gị na-ajụzi bọtụ what is going on ya nwunye ha anyị na-achị na-agapụ ha. Our people should not keep quiet when you see all these type of things. When you see any other things going, keep quiet, raise cover the person on social media. Now, this Fulani
please round up.
Yes, Mazi, let me land up. Now,
10 seconds, please.
na-eji ụmụ wee ego ha ji kidnap all the ransom ha collectri. Is it not the same social media pụtakwa okwu IPOB na social media ha na-akọ ọtọ anyị all the same social media. Mazi ndewo.
Ndewo, that is it. So Igbophobia is real. We know that. That's it. Call on, what's up? Can you hear me?
Mazi.
Ndewo. Mazi Obas, just hold on. I'll come to you, Mazi Obas, please.
Mazi, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Mazi, yes. That last week I experienced what happened. They got a program, so I followed them along. But my experience, that experience I have, and I know that our people are suffering heavily in that case. Mazi, the road is so bad, number one. Straight from bypass to Asaba, the road is very, very bad. But Mazi, onwere move from Abbott Boys. Merem Jiwana, Adrajularu, Fana. These people waste more than, I know about Boys, more than 40 minutes. That experience is what I want to say here. How you may use a boy that no reach up to 16, 17, and the other one a 25 years. And India may use these people now block major roads. So, Mazi, the thing with Remo, but I find out that none of they use this, our brothers, they use an community again, each not trailer cable, only amount here, Bruno Port, they will collecting our drivers of percent on the bus. Now the program they pay 500 before they pass. Which kind of intimidation they have? So I begin moving around, question, asking people what is happening. Obviously, when I get not call here, but no, come sometimes. What no one. Yeah, let me know my here na agari. Agari mo kiri. The people are do. Mazi, ihe unu na-preach, I na-preach na radio Biafra. Mazi, onye ọbụla na-amịa, people ha amaragodu nke bụ eziokwu. So, ana m encourage any radio presenter to continue. Even ọha bụ ihe na-agazi m bụ ndị bụ dị nsogbu dị na alaba anyị, which I know. So, Mazi, this particular Abbott Boys, I'm checking point on Abbott Boys. Mazi, even my mom used to value yesterday. I spend no less than 1 hour on Abbott Boys. And within Orifite side, Mazi, these people are causing mayhem in our road. So I am telling the leadership, I know that Marihan will kill these people. Mazi, here comes from people.
Thank you. And thank you. We must continue. The issue is that Ndibai, they are very ego. And the way our people are trained, I cannot understand whether we no longer have home training. I don't know. Because charity begins at home. You have, first of all, your family. Family training. That is number one thing. For you to have at least basic conscience is instituted by the family. But the way our people now, the Ibushia worship ego, it is mind-boggling. That is what is affecting each and every one of us. That's why our people, you see a kid, a boy, you know what matters is now, he want money. So anyhow, even if it means selling his mother, there is no problem about it. You understand? So these are things, if we have our nation We will institute educational system that starts with all this, right from the family, to have code of conduct of a child. If your child is behaving in a way that is not in our system, the parents must be queried, fined, or even jailed. So you must be training, and our school system right from kindergarten will also continue telling our people the importance of dignity, self-control, dignity, class, tests. All these things matter. There we go. Caller Mazi Obas, you'll be the last caller, please. I'm no more picking any other call. Caller Mazi Obas, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mazi.
Please make it as brief as you could because I'm on the verge of closing.
I'm going to just quickly give a quote from Napoleon Bonaparte, which you always talk about. He said, "Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake." Now, our people, some of these emotions that has been expressed today, like one of the callers and so many other people I've heard in the morning in Mazi Mwachineke's program concerning Ebukobi and the rest of them, some of this emotion is exactly why some of our people become derailed with the coming of the auto bandits and his antics, because we are so emotional and we are not patient to know where a certain thing is going on. We are here when some people come up with a term. I've talked about this in my gathering many times, and everybody seemed to be quiet about that when it happened. We were here when some people came from the southwest. We're saying handshake across the Niger, and then the target an Igbo, Yoruba and Igbo summit, telling you somewhere somehow that Igbo land starts after the River Niger, which is so true. Our leaders, our politicians, all of them smiling, laughed, and went to the program and are all happy. Use that one to derail their mind and then use that one to negotiate a better position with the North. We were there, we didn't say anything. We are quiet. You just mentioned about what happened in Lokwanta. Next 2 months will be 1 year when that discovery was made. Nothing, everyone was quiet. Nobody's talking about that. That emotion, you are complain, use that same emotion to channel it towards the politicians who are not doing the right thing. IPOB's leadership have shown time and time again that their actions is not a result of one person sitting in a tombo bar or one person sitting in his couch watching television and just make a decision. Their actions, their decisions over and over again have shown us that this is a collective effort that has come together out of many other considerations and intelligence before they come up and say, okay, this is our direction. But we allow sentiment and emotion to make us question a decision of more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people. And you think you alone in your bedroom, you are capable of knowing what is the right decision more than an entire team that are solely dedicated to this cause. Sometimes, if you feel you are smart, you are intelligent, calm down small. When you calm down, reason and give it time. As time goes on, you will understand how this goes. For this now, use vice president again. We know how to handle it. Never you interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. And know that the supreme art of war is to subdue your enemy without fighting as much as you can. And IPOB is doing exactly that. And we must commend them. When we don't understand them clearly, we must be patient. And as time comes, as time goes on, we will understand where they are going to. Mazi, Jonathan, thank you very much for the time. God bless.
Thank you very much. We must continue. I will no longer take people are calling, but sorry, I will no longer pick any calls, please. Like what our brother said, let me add this. Now, this is a historical fact, something that happened to us. During the war, according to reports, during the genocidal war, one of the main problems that faced us, that faced even our eternal leader, General Ojukwu, one of the problems, the interference of our population, of our people, in everything, in the military affair that they don't even know. I think Nnamdi said it. He said the problem we had that time, we are exposing this so that wherever we should take precaution, we take as a people. We believe that we know everything as a people. We can put mouth and, correct, and, we have a... How it shouldn't be. The Nnamdi said, look, the main problem we have during the war, or one of the main problems we have with our people is this. In a sector, in every community, that's call it a sector, they put a commander. Any commander that lost a battle, hey, the whole people will be calling for his head. Remove him. He's a saboteur. He's every people. No. They don't understand the art of war. You see people that don't know anything about it, and they will force the overall leadership in order to remove. Maybe the person did something voluntarily in order, because sometimes you want to lose one battle in order to win many. You want to make a tactical retreat. Give your enemy some impression. Now hit them hard. As a military officer, military tactics. But when they see, oh, they have lost this, everybody will shout, no, they don't want this man again. Let me hear, he's a saboteur. Before you know, it will interfere with the military decision. Hey, they will say these people. They will succumb to the people's demand and remove him, because otherwise they will no longer collaborate with him as civilians. They can give information. They know more. Oh, this man is still there. No. This is one fault our people have. And it is, this time around, we don't want to make any mistake. Because we have been making mistakes. Let me tell you, and I continue saying this. The miserable and bad situation we are in Nigeria today, as Igbo people, it's not only because they hate us, Britain. No. Also, our characters are also among the cause. But the political knowledge we have is also among the causes of what we are suffering today. So we must be correcting. There are some things you will see if you don't understand, even if as an individual it pains you, but when you look at it, you keep quiet. Instead, don't talk. You keep quiet, be watching. This is the action of a wise person. I myself, I don't have, everybody knows my stand. Everybody knows my stand on this religion. You know that. And for your information, what I'm talking, no person briefed me, for your information. Since this press release, for you not to say, maybe, I receive it. No. But I calculated. I used my brain. This time it's not when I allow emotions to come. No. We grow now. You calculate things, and now you take a stand. If you are behaving like that, you don't have no problem. If you like this, don't act. Don't say anything. Because something you say with anger, I am telling you, it can destroy, it can cause unrepairable destruction. So you better keep quiet, you don't talk, and you watch. After, you will understand the real reason, and you will even like it. You will like it, you love it. So that is it. So that is that character. Anything that is done, people, we are always at the way of the leadership. Oh no, they don't, because they don't do it. How can it's not easy to satisfy millions of people at a time. It's impossible. There are sometimes it will go your way. There are sometimes decisions can go against your way. But all things work it towards the restoration, because the leadership sees wholesomely. I've been saying this. They take decisions out of a wholesome watchfulness. How can I say it? They take decisions after looking in a wholesale way. Not in a little way you take no, you make mistakes. You understand? Because they have informations, privileged informations that others don't have. So they take decision out of it. So another thing I want to say before I close is, our brother talked about DG IPOB Ezuoshi. Yes, I understand you. It can frustrate if you don't take time. All these things, when you look at what we are doing, you are putting in your time, putting in your effort, and some people are just calling you are mumu in their actions, cashing out. You hear all these things, and you don't allow yourself to be, don't allow yourself to be frustrated, to be deterred. You understand? That is it. We have taken decision. There are people that they are making money out of. They use anything. They go back, meet politicians, meet this and that. All that care they care, that care, that they care for is money. A brother asked me in private. He said, "Mazi, what are you getting in all this? Every time, what are you getting? Tell me." You're not receiving any money, nothing. Only you are taking your time. Sometimes you miss different things because of this struggle. What are you getting? It's a question. But everything, life is not about only money, 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 money. You have to leave a legacy. That is it. Leave the people that are making money out of it. And then the people that all language Kanu them. They know what Mana, we must, in order to shame them, is to continue the struggle. I that born my happy. Never. I born my happy, which means we are stupid, we are foolish. So we must continue in this until I hear. That is the thing. It is either Biafra or Biafra. So there is no two ways about it. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Nothing more. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains our destination. Biafra remains our ideology. Remember, as I said, Mazi Chinedu will be coming on air on Saturday on this hallowed platform. Therefore, to address Biafrans, as our radio FM is now in Iguacha, and more will be coming, as you may know, in these few days, please, because work is ongoing everywhere. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land, and today is the 3rd day of September 2023. I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is a revolutionary radio instituted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, but he is in the Nigeria secret police dungeon, illegally detained, because he was illegally renditioned from Kenya with the tacit support of Britain, whose passport Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was holding, or is still holding, even at the point of rendition in Kenya, and sent illegally back to Nigeria. breaking international laws. Britain, Kenya, and Nigeria, they broke international laws. They didn't have any regard for the rule of law, for human rights. Britain is always trying to, shamefully champion Britain. They always tell us or give lectures on human rights and the maintenance of the rule of law. But Britain directly involved in renditioning one of our citizens, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right from a third country, Kenya, to Nigeria. Something they prevented in the 1982 or 83, when the then head of Nigerian state, late Buhari, also tried to kidnap Umaru Dikko, although albeit Umaru Dikko was a criminal. And he is never, or he has never been a citizen of the United Kingdom. Umaru Dikko stole billions of dollars, naira, and all of them from Nigeria and ran down to Britain, where Britain secured him. When the then military head of state, Buhari, tried to kidnap him from Britain, they were caught. The agents sent to do the job. And the people went to jail. Some 8 years, 3 years, some people were deported. And Britain had a heavy diplomatic group for over a criminal, Umaru Dikko, who was not even a British national. He never held the British passport. But Britain had to, in order to protect a criminal, because he brought money stole money from Nigeria to Britain. Britain has to jail people involved, both Nigeria agents and the Mossad agents that were hired, and other collaborators, and deported some people, and also made sure that they had diplomatic rules with Nigeria for many years. But here, Britain hypocritically is a hypocritical country. See, they planned and renditioned a British citizen named Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. The reason why, because he was logically, legally, legitimately advocating for self-determination of Biafran people through a referendum. Well, because it was not for the interest of Britain. You know, Britain is the number one, beef. Britain is number one. They steal from very impoverished countries. And they will come around and tell you that, oh, they are fantastic. Oh, they are this and that. They are not so. It is a direct command of Britain. This is how they show people their color. Every day they stand without being ashamed. They stand and start telling people about the rule of law. You have to, maintain democracy. Their own democracy, maintenance of democracy is complete. For their interest complete. It doesn't matter who died or who was slaughtered, who gets slaughtered. That is their problem. This is the problem. But we have discovered it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even upon being renditioned, he was sent to the courts. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defeated the Nigerian government in their own court. And the Nigerian Appeal Court gave a verdict on the 16th of October 2022 that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be discharged and acquitted. And not only that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should never stand trial in any Nigerian